Was loud, no?
Zwift Academy is back.
Come on, up, 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 up. Yes, come on.
I think I can win.
If I didn't think I could win, I would not be here.
Zwift Academy Finals is the climax of a global talent search for two new pro cyclists.
For me, this is why we ride here outside and see what they're capable of.
Faster, faster, faster. Come on.
Over 100,000 cyclists from all over the world entered the Zwift Academy, and only the very best have been selected for the finals.
On the bike, you're giving 100%.
Gotta believe in yourself once you're here. You're picked for a reason.
And now push again. Push, push.
I can't believe I'm like 18 years old. I've never been to Europe.
For sure, I'm ready for fight.
Come on, up. You can push longer.
Zwift Academy is a unique opportunity.
4 strong riders.
But there is only one winner.
Look at this, guys.
Over the next 4 episodes, 8 finalists will be going head-to-head to impress the coaches of 2 of the biggest teams in pro cycling, Alpecin-Deceuninck and Canyon SRAM Zondercrypto.
At the end, 1 man and 1 woman will have earned themselves professional cycling contracts.
But 6 are going to be going home empty-handed.
To get this far, each Zwift Academy entrant firstly embarked on a 10-week-long challenge on the roads of Zwift, a virtual reality cycling platform taking on workouts and races from the comfort of their own homes.
The strongest riders rose to the top, and from that elite group, 4 men and 4 women were handpicked by the coaches and flown to Europe to join their respective teams at a pre-season training camp. Which is where you join us now. Europe has long been the heartland of professional cycling. If you want to make it, you need to be here.
That's right, but it is much harder to be here for some than others, which is in part what makes Zwift Academy such an exciting opportunity, because geography, Dan, has no jurisdiction here.
No, not at all. This year, the men's and women's finals take place in 2 different countries. So Canyon SRAM Zondercrypto have theirs in Portugal, Alpecin-Deceuninck, Spain. For the simple reason that these 2 teams are at the very pinnacle of the sport, and these camps are critically important in their pre-season preparation.
Yep, so the venues, therefore, need to be absolutely perfect for them. The Zwift Academy finalists, well, they've just got to fit right in.
Right, I think it's time we find out who the finalists are. Let's meet them.
Oh, wow. It's so beautiful here. It's so much warmer looking. I'm so excited to ride.
Competing for a place on Canyon SRAM Zondercrypto, we have Annabelle Thomas, 19 years old, from Calgary in Canada. A national champion as an under-18, she's been racing full-time in Europe for a season already.
That's the hotel? Oh, wow. All the team cars are out.
Next, we have Emma Ochoa, 18 years old, from Melbourne, Australia. She's literally just finished high school and last year won Oz Cycling's domestic competition for under-19s.
Oh my God, no way. Oh, far out. That's a Canyon SRAM team car, no way.
Then we have Tjasa Susnik, 22, from Zabnica, Slovenia. She's currently studying for a master's in chemistry and is using the Zwift Academy as a way to try to get back to the top level of the sport, having been a successful junior.
You never really feel ready, I think, but I'll have to be ready.
And finally, we have Emily Dixon. On the cusp of her 18th birthday, she too has just finished high school and is also from Melbourne. She represented Australia in the 2024 Junior World Championships.
Real now? Oh my God.
Competing for a place on the Alpecin-Deceuninck team, we have Noah Ramsey, a 21-year-old bike shop employee from Toronto in Canada. He's raced all disciplines of cycling, but has recently been turning in some impressive results in U23 cross-country mountain bike World Cups.
I don't really know where I stand against the other guys, but we're gonna find out.
Then there's 18-year-old Freddie Klein, another mountain biker from Freiburg, Germany. Fresh out of the junior ranks, he's a raw talent with limited experience on the road. Elliot Bain is a 21-year-old economics student from Glasgow, Scotland. Another raw talent, Elliot has rocketed through the ranks of cycling in just 18 months after a lifetime of focusing on football.
Yeah, the roads look good. The surface looks a lot better than the potholes on the roads you get back in Scotland.
And lastly, we have 25-year-old Mattia Gafuri, who's making his return to the Zwift Academy finals. He narrowly missed out last year, but he's back, fitter than ever, and with a point to prove.
If I didn't think I could win, I would not be here. So, yeah, I think I can win.
Nice! Oh my god!
Oh wow! Oh my god!
Oh my god! Nike sneakers, no way! Oh wow, that's sick! Wow, that's amazing!
So cool!
Oh my god,
Oh, wow.
I like vintage style. I love this. It's like the in-game kit. It's like
It's awesome. The sweats. 9 years of elite cycling talent identification program. Proper.
Yeah.
As well as that exclusive new kit, the riders are also being given these Canyon Air Roads for the duration of the Zwift Academy finals. Here at Canyon SRAM, they're fitted out with SRAM Force wireless group sets and zip wheels. They look absolutely mint. This competition is a dream come true, isn't it? Box fresh kit, shoes, helmet, glasses. It's just a bit of a shame that for 6 of these riders, that incredible Canyon Air Road is going to be a loner.
When you put it like that, that is harsh,
Isn't it?
And now the competition this year, as you can probably tell, is particularly fierce. We have some incredible young talent with really diverse backgrounds. So everything from road racers with international experience through to mountain bikers.
And a footballer.
And a footballer, yeah, but he's clearly got a lot of talent, hasn't he? And that is part of the genius of the Zwift Academy. If you have the raw potential, you can be discovered.
Yeah, well, let's now meet the people whose job it is to decide whether or not raw potential will be enough to win this competition and get that pro contract.
Yeah, the decision makers who have the power to make dreams come true or burn them to ashes.
Crikey, Dan, it's a bit strong.
Yeah, that was over the top, wasn't
Yeah.
it? Here are the coaches. Returning once again to the Zwift Academy finals, we have Christoph Rodoft and Christoph de Kegel from Alpecin de Koenig, the team of Mathieu van der Poel and Jasper Philipsen.
It's not that easy anymore. It's not only training, but it's a way of living, more or less.
Christoph Rodoft is a man of few words, but he chooses them wisely. He's the main sports director for the team and is a tactical genius, the mastermind behind the team's success. He's complemented by Christoph de Kegel, the head of performance at Team Alpecin de Koenig. A man of science, he'll be looking at the data from the riders to analyse who has the biggest potential.
And you always hope that, someone really surprises you. I hope for the same this year, but it will be hard to surprise me,
From Canyon SRAM's Zonda Crypto, we have Adam Sabo, the head of sport and a key part of the team's crowning glory in 2024 when Kasia Numiadoma won the Tour de France Femmes avec Zwift.
With the Zwift Academy winner, we are looking to a rider who is versatile, but most importantly, it's easy to work with and it's a good teammate.
Małgorzata Jasinska, a former professional cyclist from Poland, enjoyed a remarkable career spanning over 20 years. A 5-time Polish national champion in road racing and time trials, she moved into team management and has been with the Canyon SRAM generation team.
Okay, numbers, they are important, but when you don't have a head and heart for the racing, you don't do nothing with the numbers.
The riders are now embedded with the teams, but what pressure they are under. You can feel the nerves and the tension is palpable.
And I don't think it's just because they're now rubbing shoulders with their heroes. I think they've got the sense that their every move now is going to be scrutinised, whether that's when they're chatting to mechanics or how punctual they are, even whether they can laugh at Christoph Rodoft's jokes.
Christoph Rodoft makes jokes.
Well, this is why you'd never have made it, Si, you see. I think all of those factors will play a part in the outcome. But of course, the biggest influence on whether or not they make the cut is going to be how they perform when they're on their bikes.
Yeah, over the next few days, the riders will face a series of tests and challenges that will show whether or not that raw potential they've shown on Zwift translates into a pro team environment and onto real-world roads.
Their skills are going to be put to the test, as will their endurance. But firstly, the judges want to see how big their physiological engines are. So it's time for a fitness test. What's interesting, though, is that Canyon SRAM Zonda Crypto and Alpecin de Koenig are looking for riders to fulfill different roles within their respective teams. So they're after riders with subtly different physiology. The teams are also taking different approaches to testing. Alpecin de Koenig are using an inside test, which accumulates data from analysing blood samples over several intervals, including a 4-minute max effort. Whereas Canyon SRAM Zonda Crypto are taking a more holistic approach by measuring their power data on an 8-minute effort. In order that we can closely oversee proceedings, Si and I are going to be splitting duties.
Yes, I'm going to head to Canyon SRAM Zonda Crypto.
And I am off to Alpecin de Koenig. Ready?
Yes.
Cool. Portugal's the other way, mate.
Oh. So this way. Good morning, finalists. It is time for your first challenge.
So this is where our coaches get to sort of complete the picture, as it were. They've got a decent understanding of your individual physiologies through everything you've done on Zwift up to this point.
But now you're here, they can take that knowledge one step further. So they want an understanding of your power profiles.
So on the ride, you'll be required to complete a set of brutal efforts of different durations. One thing to remember,
this isn't just about power. Your goal, ultimately, as aspiring pro cyclists, is to go fast. So I'll leave you with that.
Good luck.
How are you feeling about the finalists that we got here then?
Definitely those riders, based on the power numbers, what we can see from Zwift, and why they are here is because they're having exceptionally good numbers, so ultimately they are good climbers. But on the other hand, what I'm looking for, especially with a little bit in the long-term vision, what we also need in the Virtual team to have more robot riders for the one-day races.
Before the female finalists tackle the 8-minute effort, the coaches also want to see how they shape up on some shorter and even harder intervals. The finalists have to do 2 1-minute maximal efforts, one on the flat and then one again on a climb before a 10-second sprint head-to-head against a current professional. These numbers will allow the coaches to build a more detailed and complete power profile for each of the Zwift Academy finalists.
So these first 1-minute efforts are quite important then, right?
On the first 1-minute interval on the flat road, the coaches are wanting to see their power output and their speed. On the climb, it's the power to weight ratio which is of interest.
Next, each of the female finalists are pitted against one of the current Canyon SRAM Zonda Crypto generation riders. Although one lucky, unlucky finalist will be taking on Zoe Backstead. From the World Tour team, she is one of the hottest properties in pro cycling. Now, this whole setup will allow the coaches to see visually how the finalists compare to a current pro, and also to see whether or not the element of competition can improve their performance. This test is also crucial to help build out their overall power profiles, especially that top end, the 10 and 5 second max powers.
So none of the riders have identified as being sprinters, have they?
Okay, team car is in position. We go in 3, 2, 1. Go again in 3, 2, 1. Okay, we're getting ready. And 3, 2, 1.
It makes it not happy, I think.
Oh. 3, 2, 1.
I thought I did pretty well there, actually.
What did you see?
Annabelle seemed to be the best. The technique, everybody else was sprinting like really not fluid, but she was, yeah.
Yeah, my cycling journey started when I was pretty young. I started mountain biking when I was 9 in the Canadian Rocky Mountains, kind of by my house, so it was really beautiful there. And then there was a program in Calgary at the Olympic Oval for cycling, so I kind of started with road cycling there and track cycling, and in the winters we'd ride inside, so a ton of Zwift from a young age. The session we used to do when we were younger on Zwift, there were a couple of us, it was called Survival of the Fittest. It was the craziest workout ever. It was 3 hours, 3 by 9 minutes, all out. The second hour was an hour all out, and then third hour was 2 minutes on, 2 minutes off by 12 with like increasing. I don't know, we were like 12. It was weird, but it was, I don't know, maybe like 15 made me who I am today. My family's like definitely the most supportive people I know. They love it. My mom, every time I'm racing in Europe, my parents are up at like 5 a.m. tuning into it. They got their like British VPN. It's so funny. They're like really trying to watch the racing. They love it. Biggest fans. I'm so ready to put university in Canada on hold. I want to move to Europe. I want to commit. I love cycling. It's my favorite thing. It's, yeah, 100% for cycling.
When you're behind driving in the car, is there anything that you're looking at in the way that the riders and the finalists are handling their bikes in terms of who you're going to select?
Actually, I was looking now immediately how they behave, because it's a descent here, and how they are acting in the group and how it's going, if they leave a gap or whatever they do. So far it seems rather okay. But in the past, bike handling and descending has been a major issue, actually. Everybody is looking now for the hidden talent, I think. And because of Strava and all these things, nobody talks about speed anymore. They only talk about output.
The male contestants today will be performing an inside test, which allows the coaches to create a full metabolic performance profile for every athlete. So the protocol today is as follows: a steady 45-minute ride out to the preferred testing climb of Alpecin-de-Koning, at which point they will do 4 efforts. They are different, but the first 3 are all around 6 minutes in duration, and will be ridden at a power prescribed by the Alpecin coaches. What's really important is that they do all of them entirely sat in the saddle. They're not allowed to get out of the saddle at all. Once they reach the finish line here, it's a requirement also that they do not pedal any further once the interval has finished before a blood sample is taken from their earlobe. That blood sample will then be analysed for its lactate level a couple of times, and at a certain point, they'll then be allowed to ride back down the hill and then do some active recovery riding until that lactate level goes below a certain point, at which point the coach down the bottom of the hill will tell them they can go again. So that's for the first 3, but the last interval is slightly different. For that one, they'll roll slightly further up the climb and then do an all-out effort. That should be in the region of 4 minutes, at which point their lactate levels will be taken again. Why 4 minutes? We'll find out later on.
I've never done a lactate test, so this is also new to me. It's a lot to take in, but yeah, we'll just go with the flow and see how it goes.
I'm familiar because I did it last year, so we'll try to do better.
How many years have you been doing these tests?
I would say 5-6 years maybe now.
Okay.
So, but I prefer them over the normal ones you do inside on the rollers.
Yeah.
I think, for me, I like to do it outside on a climb.
Nobody loves a lab except for a doctor. First up, it's Freddie for his final interval, the 4-minute max effort.
How were the legs that time?
Couldn't hold the numbers I could normally hold.
So 3 intervals around 6 minutes. The last one, you've specifically chosen a duration of around 4 minutes. Why is that duration so important to you and to the team?
Yeah, for our type of team, a 4-minute effort is quite close to what we see at the Old Quaremont, at the Poggio, at a selective part in Paris-Roubaix. We have also quite a lot of data on those 4 to maximum 5 effort, decisive efforts. So we are really trying to look at that 4-minute VO2 max power that they can produce to fit in our team.
Next is Elliot.
Okay, now tell me.
Oh, I only managed 4:35.
How you feeling about that, Elliot?
That's not great. I went out quite hard and then I just couldn't really hold it.
Was it a plan, Elliot, to not shave your legs before you came
No,
out
I was going to do it last night and then I forgot and I thought there's no way I'll be taking my leg warmers off, but yeah, it's kind of warm now.
I thought you might be trying to psych out the opposition. How relaxed
Remember
you are.
Roglic won the first 2 stages of Tirreno with no shaved legs after that.
Well, yes, Sagan as well, in Argentina.
So my whole life I've always played football. Cycling was never a focus. So maybe 3 years ago, sort of COVID time, I first got a bike just for a bit of fitness for football, basically. Started doing cycling more. And from there, I just started to improve really quickly, started to enjoy it really quickly. And from that, I've been settling, just fully training since. When I said it there, it was kind of as if it was like a drastic switch from one to the other. But really what happened was I got an injury at football with my rib, so I couldn't really play, but I could still turbo. So then it was more of a gradual change at that point, so it was kind of seamless. But yeah, I don't know, I feel my dad, deep down, he would wish I was still playing football. I mean, I'd love to race the Tour of Britain because it's on home roads, it's passed by like my grand's house and stuff like that before. But of course, like, to race the Tour, that's what everyone wants to do, to race the World Champs. Maybe the World Champs last year when it was in Glasgow would have been nice, but I'm sure it'll come back round again in the future. I mean, my favourite pro rider, and the one I've always looked up to the most, is definitely Roglic. He's always been, I don't know why, but he's always been my favourite rider, even before I was even cycling, when I just liked watching it. I want to show that I'm capable of producing really good numbers that can do well at a pro level. Like, I don't think I'm good on Zwift. I think I struggle in those power tests. And I think the numbers I can do outside are way better. And I want to show that to the team that I'm a better rider than they think I am already.
And now it's Mattia.
Niet gedaan, hè? 502. Quite good, guy. Better than last year.
We're just waiting for the last finalist, Noah, to do his 4-minute effort. So we've already got 3 in, obviously. I'd say Mattia was pretty pleased with his effort, over 500 watts for 4 minutes. He actually shot past this finish point to get to the 4 minutes. Elliot and Freddie seemed a bit disappointed. The legs weren't where they hoped to be, and they didn't produce the numbers they normally would for that duration. Interesting. And finally, Noah for his 4-minute max efforts.
Opgedrukt, hè? 10 seconds short at the top.
We'll just do another one. No.
Hi, I'm Noah. I'm a Zwift Academy finalist, and this is me after the instinct test.
I work part-time at a local bike shop that also sponsors me for my racing. And I was a part-time student at York University, but I decided to take this year off to try to focus on training and racing. My dad's probably the biggest influence on why I do ride bikes. My mom, honestly, is a massive influence on why I took it serious. She's the one that told me to reach out to this club that I race and work for, which if she didn't tell me that, I don't know that I'd be here. This year was the first year that I wasn't home that much, but in the past it's been Toronto, and I mix in the trails and road cycling, which is a little tough living in the city, like such a densely populated area. It takes me honestly an hour, like at the start of my ride, to get away from like a lot of lights. I tried to mix in Zwift, and Zwift is honestly how I got into all the training, and that's what led me to get a coach. I know these guys are strong as me. Maybe somebody stronger, maybe I'm the strongest, but really I'm slightly nervous, but I think you have to be, but mostly excited to just get out there, see what happens. We're all here to do the same thing. No need to play mind games or anything. You're gonna find out on the road. Yeah.
The finalists have got 90 kilometers in their legs now, including those 2 brutal 1-minute efforts. But this is crunch time, okay? So ahead of them lies several kilometers of pristine mountain road, a very even gradient, and they've now got to do their best 8-minute effort. Now, this is a crucial duration because it can favor both explosive riders as well as bigger aerobic engines. And so it should be a really fantastic leveler for these finalists. And it's all to play for. The coaches are really eager to see the outcome of this one. So Gosha, we're here where we're expecting the riders roughly to be. We've seen one of your current riders go a little bit further. What are you hoping for? What are you hoping to see?
For first, I hope they give all, and then we can see who is the true fighter.
And what about you, Adam? What are you looking for?
I'm more looking for how they look like on the bike.
Yeah?
So I'm looking for the cadence, I'm looking for how high the power will be also, so how resistant are they against the fatigue.
First up on their 8-minute effort, it's Annabelle.
What did you think, Adam?
Are you happy?
Pretty good.
Yeah? Mm-hmm. Good body position for like 8-minute effort on a climb. She looked pretty aero, right?
We saw that already in the 1-minute effort already, and this was even better. So quite impressive.
Next, Tiasha. This should play to her strengths.
You're happy?
Yeah, I mean, it was okay.
Emma is next to go, all out for 8 minutes.
That was so hard. That was just like halfway through, I was like, no way, I'm cooked.
Did you have a number in mind, a power target?
Yeah, I wanted to do like around 265 to 70. So yeah, like probably a little bit under that. But you know, some days we feel like that.
Yeah.
I always grew up with cycling. My dad was an ultra-distance cyclist, so he raced the Paris-Brest-Paris in 2011, which meant that like my whole life has always been around bikes. My first 100K when I was 9 years old, which was a really big adventure at the time. It was like a whole day out, like an expedition kind of thing. And then when I was 15, I was like, right, I really want to get into racing. I got invited to race for the team I currently am now in, which is a 99 Bikes Women's Academy. I was not expecting it, and then all of a sudden I was told, oh my God, Emily Dixon's coming. I was like, oh my God, this is so exciting. So we've raced a lot in Australia, so she's always been my rival. We always try to beat each other, you know, in training but yeah, she's really strong. So my Zwift setup at home is in my dad's garage. I have my own setup and my dad's setup next to me, which is really good because that means that sometimes we can train together. I cried in happiness when I found out that I was coming to the Zwift Academy finals, so winning that would be just mind-blowing, yeah.
Finally, it's Emily.
We've got one rider left. Emily's on course. I flipping love bike racing. Like, I know this, you know, it's not like a bike race, but I flipping love it. There's like tension up here, palpable. Partly because you can see exactly how they've done based on how far up the climb they get. So, yeah, the bar is set just round that corner.
Come on, last push, come on. Great job, go, go, go! Go.
Oh, it's looking good. It's looking good. Looking good. She's still going. We have just seen 4 all-out efforts. Incredible work by the finalists. It's been fascinating to see, though, like, on the road, exactly how well each one has done. Emily got the furthest up. She absolutely smashed it. Then Tasha, then Annabelle, then Emma. What's also going to be interesting is to see what the coaches do with the data and the numbers as well. So is that going to change how they're interpreting things? Or is it all about speed? Going to find out shortly, I guess.
Let's dive into the finalist data, shall we? In the sprint, Annabelle put out far more power than any of the other riders. On the 1 minute effort on the flat, not only did she still put out more power than the other riders, she also went 3 kilometers per hour faster. On the 1 minute climb, the results were much closer together, but Annabelle maintained her top position. However, on the 8 minute effort, while she was still more powerful than any of the others, it was Emily that went the fastest. She averaged an impressive 5.5 watts per kilo.
First impressions before we dive into some of the data. Were you happy with what you saw?
Yeah, I think we can definitely say we are happy.
So let's talk through the riders one by one, shall we? So first of all, let's start with Emma. Gosh, have you got any first impressions?
Very open person. I think she don't afraid to feel pain.
And am I right in thinking that you were quite impressed with how she handled the fact that one of the other finalists clearly performed much better than her? Like, she could see, couldn't she, on the road?
Yes.
Like, oh crap, she's done better than me. And what did you make of her response?
What she said, okay, I know, I keep going, we see in the last day. For that, she is fighter, for sure.
And what about Emily then? Now, her performance over the 8-minute effort was really impressive, wasn't it?
Yes. Yeah, so we were joking there that what I'm expecting, and I said, oh, record-breaking, and look on it, it was a record-breaking effort.
You know, they're all very young, but to be 17 and performing at the end of a 110-kilometre ride, that strikes me as quite impressive. Gosha, what do you think?
Yes, I talked to Zoltan before and our coach, and he told me like some numbers she have like, okay, not all, but one of them is with the level of World Tour riders. For that, it's like, yeah, it's very impressive.
Now, I'm going to then say that she didn't have it all her own way, did she? Because Annabelle performed really strongly in the sprints and the 2 1-minute efforts.
Annabelle was practically the only rider who were using kind of like a tucked position, and you can see that she has 1 year experience in a senior peloton, which definitely was outstanding from the others.
Last but not least, we've got Tasha as well.
She had watts per kilos the best in the 1-minute climb, but she was practically equally strong with the others. So when we were standing out on the climb today, every rider finished more or less within 100, 150 meters there where we were standing.
Who do you think has been the most impressive rider today, Gosha?
I expected from Annabelle, because what Adam said, she have experience, and we see that. But I think today, Emily, for me, was like, wow, in the 8-minute climb.
Okay. Adam?
Same for me. I was not expecting that.
The rider that perhaps has got the most to do after today?
I think Tasha, but she was a little bit sick 2 weeks before or 2 weeks prior to the Zwift Academy, but she's recovered now, and I generally think that she will be stronger day by day.
I think the final decision must wait for the last day, because one day you have, sorry for the word, day, and the next day is the best of day of your life. For that, we can expect that in these Zwift academies too.
Time for the all-important numbers. Noah and Mattia were very difficult to separate over the 4 minutes. Noah was just slightly lower in absolute power, 496 watts versus Mattia's 501, but being a kilo lighter, his power to weight was a shade better at 7.29 watts per kilo. Interestingly though, he was 0.7 kilometers per hour faster, which is a not inconsiderable difference. Elliot's 6.3 watts per kilo left him a full 2 kilometers per hour slower than Noah, whilst Freddie did 408 watts, which gave him 5.83 watts per kilo. So, challenge number 1, done. I'm going to start with you, Christoph. Anything in particular that you noticed about the 4 finalists in the brief ride that we had out to the climb?
Our football player, I forgot his name already. Elliot. He has a very strange behavior on the bike. Always doing low cadence, but then all of a sudden in the all-out effort, he was there with good cadence. So that was, for me, actually the most remarkable thing of the day.
Okay, and given that he only started racing 18 months ago,
Yes.
do you then look at that and think, well, there's a lot of room for improvement in that guy?
Indeed. And on all aspects, I think.
Christoph, I'm going to cut straight to the chase in terms of the numbers. What stood out to you for each of the 4 finalists in the test that you did on the climb today?
They started all 4 a bit hesitating. First intervals, I had something like, I'm used to see more from the Zwift Academy finalists. But then when we saw the final all-out efforts of, for example, Mattia and Noah, yeah, those were quite impressive. Actually, I believe somehow that Freddie and Elliot are also capable of doing better than what they performed today in the all-out effort. So we need a bit more this week to see that confirmation or not.
Talking specifically about Mattia, obviously you know him very well. How do his numbers compare on this test to last year?
we dived into that also, of course, a bit. On the all-out effort, we have to say that he even progressed compared to last year. It's also the reason why he's back one of the finalists.
He took our advice very well. You could clearly see that he worked towards this goal for him.
Yeah, he looked good, didn't he?
Yes.
Also looking good was Noah, I thought. I mean, he definitely put 100% in. He said his legs were pretty much cramping at the end of the final all-out effort. How does his numbers compare to Matthias in that all-out effort?
Oh, they are really close together, those two. On the all-outs, there is really nothing in between, actually.
Two of the contestants of the full Christoph, not just a mountain bike background, they've mainly done mountain bike racing. Obviously, you've got a lot of experience in a team that does plenty of off-road racing. So is there any concern on your side about their ability to adapt to road? Because Freddie, for example, I think it's the first time he's used road pedals and road shoes today.
That was very surprising indeed. He never wore road shoes, so we had to change this morning. But in the end, it's quite impressive then how they adapt to it and how they manage the situation.
If you had to give me a rider of the day, who would it be?
For me, Mattia.
And you, Christoph?
Then I pick Noah.
Okay, split decision. Well, I have to say, that was a brutal opening day, wasn't it?
It was. I'm absolutely exhausted.
No, for the riders, not for us.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, obviously the riders as well. What were your impressions, Dan, from the guys?
Well, on that 4-minute test, I would say there was a fairly clear 50-50 split between the male finalists. So Noah and Mattia, they put out some incredibly impressive numbers on the final test. And just as importantly, or more importantly, really high speeds there as well. On the other hand, I would say Elliot and Freddie were decent,
but I sense a but.
Well, they just weren't on the same level as the other two. However, A, it's early days, and B, I know through talking to Christoph that they're very much taking into consideration the experience of the riders. And Elliot and Freddie are by far the least experienced, and they're also the youngest as well. So they're not just looking at the numbers here, they're also taking into consideration how far they are from their ceiling, and those two are quite a long way from it.
Well, that is an interesting dynamic, isn't it?
It is, yeah. What were your impressions on the women's side then?
Well, it's pretty close at the minute. Annabelle was definitely the stronger rider on the shorter efforts. She's by far and away got the best sprint, and she also put out more power on the 1 minute and went a lot faster, particularly on the flat. She was 3k an hour faster.
Wow.
I know, exactly, yeah. But we know how important the 8 minute is to Canyon SRAM's on the crypto. Emily led the way there. Tiasha not far behind, but I worry for Tiasha. She's using really big gears and is pedalling comparatively slowly compared to the others.
That's often a red flag from what we've heard from the judges in the past, isn't it?
It is, isn't it? Right, so by pedaling more slowly, you're much slower to respond to what other riders are doing. It's harder to hit those big powers anyway, but crucially, it's that you're putting out more force through the legs and therefore building up more fatigue. And we know that Zwift Academy is designed to tire the riders anyway. So I just worry what she's going to be like on day 4.
I know, yeah, it's early days at the moment, isn't it, of course. 3 more episodes to come, though, over the next 3 weeks.
That's right. Make sure you subscribe to GCN if you don't already.
And also hit the bell notification icon so that you get notifications.
That's right. Now, episode 2, Dan, is shaping up to be an absolute cracker. Yeah. It is the technical challenge, okay? Our riders are going to be up against not just each other, but also 2 of the strongest and most technically adept riders on the planet, Zoe Backstead and Mathieu van der Poel.
So power and technique under scrutiny. Do not miss it.
Something we've got in spades, Dan. If only we could do it. This is going to test their bike handling skills just as much as their strength and fitness, because these are no F1 circuits. These are tight, technical kart tracks. And so if there's any weakness in their bike handling skills, our coaches are going to be able to spot it straight away.
Always on the wrong line, always.
Elliot's literally just crashed.
I mean, are you be nervous for this challenge?
Come on, don't break, come on!
Should be a pretty spicy one.
Zwift Academy, anything can happen.
Time is just
Look at this, guys.
Hello and welcome to Zwift Academy Finals.
Sorry. Do you mind? That's kind of...
No, sorry, Si. That's my job now.
Okay, all right, yeah, go on.
Welcome to Zwift Academy Finals.
Welcome back to Zwift Academy Finals.
This is episode 2, and in it, we're going to be putting our pro cycling hopefuls through their paces in a very different way.
Come on, up. Yes, come on.
I think I can win.
If I didn't think I could win, I would not be here.
These 8 riders are the cream of the crop, the best of the 100,000 people who entered the Zwift Academy, a global talent search using the virtual cycling platform Zwift. In episode 1, the contestants faced their first ride at the pro training camps of Alpecin de Koning and Canyon SRAM Zonda Crypto. Having already spent hours in the saddle, they had to take on a grueling fitness test.
In both the men's and women's camps, 2 front runners have emerged.
In the men's, the Canadian rider Noah and the Italian Mattia were more powerful in their fitness tests. In the women's, another Canadian rider Annabelle dominated the shorter sprint efforts, whereas young Australian rider Emily emerged as the best on the longer 8-minute effort, just ahead of Slovenian rider Tjaša.
However, that was just test number 1.
It's all very well having a huge engine on the opening day of the finals, but the question is, can they maintain similar power after all the fatigue and stress that life at the Zwift Academy Finals throws at them?
Yeah, time will tell. Today, though, as we said, they face a different type of challenge, one looking at technique as much as physique. It's an aspect of cycling that is absolutely critical in the pro ranks, but it's one where we don't yet know how our finalists shape up.
No. I mean, the very reason these Zwift Academy Finals exist is to test the aspects of cycling that Zwift itself as a platform can't. And today, that means bike handling skills.
Yeah. Have they got them, and are they sharp enough for life in the pro peloton?
One slip, either literally or metaphorically, and it could be all over.
Oh, not quite that serious.
No, probably not that bad.
Bit of gravel rash.
This year, both Alpecin de Koning and Canyon SRAM Zonda Crypto have incorporated the Zwift Academy finalists into their pre-season training camps. They are being held in different locations, though, so it's time to split up.
Good morning, finalists. So from the riding that you've already done on Zwift and on the roads here, our coaches now know exactly how strong you all are. So today, it's your bike handling skills that are going to be under the microscope. So you're going to ride now to a venue where the coaches are then going to clearly be able to see your technique under a little bit of pressure. We'll see you out there. Good luck.
The finalists are riding to a racetrack, and here they will be put to the test. Firstly as a group, and then as individuals, where they will face a time trial around a short course packed full of sharp corners. Each rider against the clock, the fastest wins.
This is going to test their bike handling skills just as much as their strength and fitness, because these are no F1 circuits. These are tight, technical kart tracks. And so if there's any weakness in their bike handling skills, our coaches are going to be able to spot it straight away. The riders are going to need to be fast and smooth through these corners, and they're going to need to take it right up to the limit.
Finalists, we brought you to a go-kart track, not to test your driving skills. This is Zwift Academy, not Gran Turismo Academy. But there's a lot more that goes into being a World Tour cyclist than power output alone. We know your power outputs are very much above average. That's why you're here in the first place. But today, the Alpecin coaches are going to be looking at your bike handling skills, your speed around this track, your entry and exit points of the corners, how you go through the apex. Even your lean angle is going to be under the microscope. A word of warning though, I really want you to listen to this and take it on board. What Alpecin don't want is to take on a rider that they think might spend more time at home injured than out racing for the team. So this is about going fast, but in a controlled fashion. You need to try and find the limits, but not go over them, okay? So you'll have 10 or 15 minutes to get acquainted with the course. You'll be able to follow Mathieu van der Poel and the other pros around and see how their lines are. I wish you the best of luck, but make sure you stay safe.
Yeah, we're here at a go-karting track, I think. It looks like to do some handling, some skills practice, see how the cornering is for everyone.
It should be fun. I think it's a good challenge. Yeah, test our all-round abilities, and I'm super excited. The track looks beautiful and smooth roads. I'm excited to race it.
I feel quite good leg-wise. I mean, a little bit nervous for this challenge because wet roads are not my specialty.
Should be a pretty spicy one.
The guys are just heading out on those opening 10 or 15 minutes of practice laps to get acquainted with the course. We didn't catch it on camera, but Noah has actually already hit the deck, despite the warning that I gave him, despite the warning that Christoph also gave him before starting out. So there isn't that much grip on a couple of the corners, and Noah's already gone over the limit rather than just trying to go up to it.
I mean, like, the hand is pretty sore. Like, I ripped up his skin pretty good.
Elliot's literally just crashed, and it looks quite nasty. He's still down on the ground at the moment, on the very same corner that Noah crashed on about 15 minutes ago, so that's obviously a slippery one. So the two guys actually who were looking fastest have not only found the limits, they've both gone over them.
Yeah, okay. Just, it was wet on the inside of the corner. I wasn't even going fast, I was just trying to test a different line on it, and I think I caught water on the inside of it, and arms into there. It happens.
After Noah and Elliot received some first aid, they were given another 10 minutes to get themselves familiar with the course. But before their first challenge of setting a hot lap, the coaches, Christoph and Christoph, wanted to see how the finalists behaved when following the wheel of one of their pro riders. This is to allow the coaches to see how the finalists handled their bike in a controlled environment and how quickly they can learn from the best. Can they take something from the pros' line choice and apply that to their hot lap? First up to go around the course are Elliot and Freddie on Mathieu van der Poel's wheel.
In the wheel! Closer!
The finalists are given 5 laps to follow MVDP, and right from the off, they're pleasantly surprised about Elliot's performance, but concerned about Freddie's.
He's again on the wrong line, eh? He was in the wheel first 2 laps, and he's always taking other lines. He does not see, and then he is on a gap immediately. It's getting worse, and he's always on the wrong line, always.
Elliot is doing quite good.
Yeah.
Next up, Noah and Mattia. They'll be following classic specialist and former gravel world champion Gianni Vermeers. The coaches are immediately impressed with Noah's ability to hold onto Gianni's wheel despite his earlier crash. However, they've got similar concerns with Mattia as they had with Freddie. Mattia seems to be taking a different line choice and probably because of that, isn't able to stick to the wheel in front.
Meanwhile, back in Portugal, the female finalists are first tackling the track as a group. The coaches want to see how well they can hold the wheel of the rider in front through fast and difficult corners. So each finalist will take 1 lap on the front and try to distance their rivals.
I think this will be a very good test for us because the back handling is important in the group, but you know how is it? Much more difficult in the peloton as in alone in the breakaway.
Yeah.
If you are not enough confident, coming the bad things.
And the technical bit is just coming up here. So these corners at the bottom. Whoa. Oh, wow. A couple of wheels let go, weren't there? Emily's just let the wheel go, didn't she?
Maybe she don't trust in Tasha. The trust is very important here.
Great job, girls. Last lap.
Oh, wow.
Something is happening with Tasha.
Yeah, she really let the wheel go, didn't she? What are you thinking then? First impressions?
Yeah, you could see Tasha already here. She's really not comfortable riding in this narrow strip.
Great job.
Mathieu, when somebody's naturally very talented at stuff, sometimes it can be hard to explain what's going on in your own mind when you're tackling. But we want to kind of get a masterclass of how you would tackle corners like we're seeing here today. We don't normally get a go-kart track, but generally, when you're approaching a corner in a classics race, what's going through your mind in terms of the line you take, braking, etc.?
Yeah, I think the basic rule is you go outside, inside, outside. But for me, the biggest thing is just try to be as smooth as possible. I think maybe it's from cyclocross, but it doesn't make sense to sprint towards a corner and then brake as hard as possible, and then you have to get the momentum again.
You've got a lot of experience off-road, obviously. There's a big difference, isn't there? Because cornering off-road, your wheels can slip, but you know they're going to grip again.
That's the thing I miss most about the road. Like in cyclocross or mountain bike, you can basically push too hard in a corner, and like you said, the wheels start slipping, but you can control it. But here, if you go too fast and the wheels slip, you're on the ground. So that's the biggest difference, and it makes that you cannot push over the limit.
Okay, finalists, so far so easy, right? Hopefully. Anyway, next, the coaches want you to do one lap on your own, as fast as you possibly can against the clock, okay? So not only are you gonna need to sprint out of every corner, you're gonna need to nail every exit, hit every apex, and generally do the lap of your lives, okay? Before you start though, we're gonna see how it's done from Zoe. She's gonna set you a benchmark.
Zoe Backstead is one of the star riders in the Canyon SRAM Zonda Crypto World Tour team. Just 20 years of age, she is a powerhouse of a rider. A multi-time world champion as a junior and as an under-23, she picked up her first World Tour win in 2024.
Okay, Zoe, go, go, go! Oh my God, she's absolutely pinning it. The time to beat, 56.63. Talk me through it, right? Cornering technique. So first things first, how do you judge how fast to hit a corner? What are you looking for before you get there?
Looking for the angle of the corner, how sharp it is. The wind, especially today, it's playing a lot into it. So for the first corner, let's say, you can come into it a little bit faster because when you turn, the wind hits you and slows you down anyway. Looking for not braking too late, not braking too early coming into it. Trying to just carry the speed, inside pedal up, obviously, all of that stuff.
And if you got one piece of advice for the finalists on this track, what would you say?
Watch out for the double switchback and the left turn after because, yeah, may or may not have scraped my pedal there 1 or 2 times.
Did you? Fair play.
Pushing it to the limit.
For the women's hot lap, each contestant is able to take one final look at the circuit before having a rolling start. First up, it's Annabelle.
Who's your money on, guys?
I think the winner will be Annabelle.
Zoltan?
Me too, because in the first 4 laps, she was very confident in the corners and very fast. I think she will be the fastest between the finalists.
Okay, Adam?
I think the same.
Okay, here we go. He's going for it.
in the TT position again.
Pretty good. But she's really giving it some, isn't she? Whoa. That's a good time.
So these corners were actually tighter than I thought. I had more speed. So I was like sprinting corner. But I'm sure all the times will be super close. It's so short.
First impressions then, one rider down, Annabelle. That looked fast, right?
Yeah, that was an incredible time.
Next against the clock, it's Tiasha.
She's not really comfortable riding in this narrow strip here. You can already see in the warm-up that she's not taking in one line the corners, which is quite a big mistake. Pop. Yeah, this is the trickiest corner over there down, but actually she managed quite well. I would say better than Annabelle. So far, actually, not so bad, and it's not so bad cornering.
Is that big gear again?
Yeah, that's what I wanted to say.
That was faster than I was thinking she was going to do.
Yeah, she was surprised.
I started cycling back in 2013 in a local club. We trained together with the boys. It got more serious. I was racing in Team BTC City Ljubljana Scott. And then in 2024, I tried out gravel.
I remember her cycling beginnings. At the age of 10, she had a kid's bike and could only ride on a 200 meters local road leading to the main street. And in this way, she managed to cover about 800 kilometers in one single season. And after that, she told us she wanted to train for road cycling.
I enjoy hard races with short and punchy climbs, like steep, and especially if the race ends with a short climb.
As parents, we wanted to introduce Tiasha to many different sports during her childhood. However, we never thought that she would focus on just one sport and train seriously for it.
I think all the other finalists are really strong. Maybe the biggest competitor could be Annabelle. She's really strong at all efforts and she has quite some racing experience as well. For sure, I'm ready for fight. I think we have to be.
Our third rider is Emma.
So what are we thinking, guys? Emma?
He said 102, 101.
Yeah?
Let me see what's happened, but I think she will be good.
Okay, here we go. A bit slower on the descent.
Now she's actually picking up some speed on the uphill. Let's see the end result.
She's the only one who's pedaled through that corner as well. That was a good time, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And particularly on the way back.
And finally, our last contestant to go against the clock is Emily.
So Emily, I think, was struggling a little bit riding around. What are you expecting from her now?
She left some gaps when they were riding one by one. So let's see her cornering skills. And let's see the hot lap now. Didn't carry so much speed into the start.
Oh no. Although actually, to be fair, she was fast down there.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
And this is where she is truly fast and powerful on the uphill section. So let's see the time, which is quite good. Huh?
Look at this, guys. Ooh.
Yep.
I did not expect that.
It was not looking like
maybe
that.
just 1 minute, but this is extremely big surprise.
I just focus on me, do the best I can, and yeah, just see how that goes. Oh, do I feel ready? I don't think anything could prepare me. I have no clue what's gonna happen, so I guess we'll see. Yeah, so I've always ridden bikes since I was very young. We've always ridden like mountain bikes. So we'd go out for a lot of like cycling holidays. I didn't really like it. I used to be the one to cry on all the trips, but I'm happy they pushed me through it. I really enjoy it now. Started racing when I was 15. My first race was the state champs. I didn't really know what I was doing. I'd never raced or ridden really in a group, and so I had no clue. But it was a good learning experience. Yeah, and then from there I wanted to keep going. Yeah, so the World Championships this year, it was nothing like I've ever experienced before. It was the biggest race definitely that I've done. It was weird, like soaking in the moment. It was just something, yeah, like seeing the crowds all lined up and like they're all there to watch us. It was, yeah, it's crazy. I found out one of my fellow finalists was a teammate when we were trying to figure out how I was going to get into the country. When they told me that Emma was going to be with me, I was so happy. We're very good friends on and off the bike, and we have healthy competition between us, but we can also put that behind us as well and just be really great mates. It's a bit surreal. I keep like pinching myself. I'm not entirely sure like how I got here, but I'm here.
And now time for the men's, where none other than Mathieu van der Poel will be setting a benchmark time for one lap on what is still a very damp and slick track.
1, go!
And as if it wasn't technical enough, the Kristoffs have tightened it up even further by coning off certain areas. Van der Poel posts a time of 1:00.24, but Gianni Vermeer's also set a lap time. And with it, he takes his first win of the season, going 11/100ths of a second faster than his teammate.
Gianni, how are you feeling? First win of the year?
I have no words to beat him. It's one of the nicest days of my life.
With the pros wrapping up their hot laps, it's time for the contestants to get stuck in.
Now I'm quite nervous, but we'll see. I think the most important thing is to not crash and stay upright.
It's kind of nerve-wracking because you can see how fast they're going, and I guess that's sort of the limit. Maybe there's a bit more to be found, but you don't want to push it too hard and go down, which I guess I already have today, so.
Up first, it's Freddie.
3, 2, 1, and go!
Freddie didn't look comfortable sitting on the wheel, but he's not spent much time riding on the road, so perhaps he'll prefer choosing his own lines. With the track drying out, Freddie is looking more confident through the bends.
Yes, that's it. And now push again, push.
Through the chicane and out the other side, he's quick to get out of the saddle and up to speed on the straightest part of the course, and then there's just one long sweeping left-hander to go.
Yes, come on, that's it. Up, up.
Three, 2, 1, go!
On to Noah, who's already crashed, remember. However, if the first corners are anything to go by, that hasn't shaken his confidence. Out of the chicane, and he's sprinting out of the saddle to get up to top speed, and he's visibly going faster into that final sweeping bend.
Don't break, don't break, don't break. Go! Hey, up, 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 up.
Three, 2, 1, go! Next up, it's Mattia. Undoubtedly an incredibly strong rider, he's proven that time and time again, but this is a test of skill more than power. Through the early corners, he's not looking fully committed, and he's riding on the hoods rather than down on the drops. Appearances can be deceptive though, the proof will be in his final lap time.
Yes, come on, that's it. Up, up.
Coming into the final corner, he's gone down onto the drops, but he's having a little trouble keeping his line.
Faster, 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 come on!
3, 2, 1, and go! And finally, it's Elliot's turn. He too is bearing the scars of an earlier tumble, but he's looking pretty solid through the first series of corners. He seems to be picking his lines well and carrying speed nicely through the bends.
Come on, come on, come on, up, 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 up. Keep it going, come on. Come on, don't break, come on, up.
Through the last corner, and he's riding a little wide most of the way round, but he does hit the apex at the end.
Okay, finalists, first of all, you were looking great out there. That was seriously, seriously impressive. I have with me the results, okay? When there's a time trial, there are inevitably the results. So, first of all, the benchmark time set by Zoe Baxter, 56.63 seconds. Now, your times. In fourth place, Jasha with a time of 102.36. So keeping Zoe Baxter, one of the best time trialists on the planet, to just 6 seconds, I think that's pretty blooming impressive. In third place, it's Emma, 102.08. In second place, with a time of 59.42, Annabelle. Meaning that, Emily, you were the fastest with 58.57. So all of you, brilliantly done. But Emily, that was a seriously fast time, less than 2 seconds back on Zoe Baxter. So anyway, well done all of you. Get back to the hotel, get recovered. I'm going to talk to the coaches.
I didn't expect to be the fastest, no, not at all. My cornering skills, I definitely feel like I've improved over this year doing a bit of racing in Europe, but that was a tough course. I feel like the corners are so close to each other. You don't have a lot of time to reposition yourself in the best position coming out of one into the next one. So you don't have a lot of time to think about it. You kind of just have to go.
Finalists, well done. It's been a very, very interesting morning watching you all out there on the go-kart track. Before I get onto your times, I'm going to give you the times of Gianni Vermeers and Mathieu van der Poel. So Mathieu did a 1:00.24. Gianni did a 1:00.13, so slightly quicker. I've just been speaking to Mr. van der Poel, though, and he wants me to point out the track got much, much drier and much quicker from the time he set his lap to the time you did yours. So with that in mind, I'm going to go in a reverse order with your own times. In fourth place, it's Mattia. You did a 1:04.72 lap time. In third place, Elliot. You did a 1:02.58. So, in second place, Freddie. You did a 1:0.78. And so, of course, Noah, you were the fastest with a time of 58.32 seconds. So well done to you, Noah.
I don't think it changes much, but it, I think, shows that I have the skills as a rider to just handle myself on the road. And even, I guess the judges also saw me crash, so bounce back and not be too rattled from it.
I mean, I feel like it went quite good. I did a fast time going comfortably to the corners. I didn't want to crash. Two of the guys crashed, so I wanted to avoid that. I think it's pretty much between me and Noah for sure, but like Zwift Academy, anything can happen.
That was good to watch, first of all, wasn't it? But in fourth place, we had Ciascia. Gosha, what did you make of that ride?
She's very lighty cyclist. For that, I think she did very good, like her physical things.
When we watched them riding around as a group, Adam, there was a bit of concern about whether she was comfortable holding the wheels.
Yeah, exactly. But we saw that she was actually making some gaps. And what we also saw that the other riders were not really comfortable riding behind her.
And Emma, as you say, not much in front of her.
Yeah.
She was pretty quick going down the hill and then I think just lost it coming back up again. But she looked really smooth out there, I thought.
Obviously, her physical level is not on the level with the others at the moment, but her technical skills was quite good.
Are her technical skills enough to offset that physical gap, do you think, at the moment?
At the moment, yes, and we can see it also from the results that she was a third rider, so as we could see, we were timed the descent, and in the descent she was one of the quickest.
And what about Annabelle? I sense that she might be disappointed with second place today. I think she thought she was going to win that one. What did you make of her performance?
Annabelle was, for us, before the start, our favorite, because we saw she have very good technical skills. But for sure, it was for her surprise she lost this race.
Emily was really frustrated with her performance. She kept talking about how she messed up those corners, which, you know, looked from the drone shot that she really did. But she was fast, wasn't she?
Yeah. I think Emily, even though she's the youngest, surprisingly, like, looking on it, it was not the best look, not the best technique, but she was fast.
So what do you guys need to see now? Are you interested in seeing the numbers, the power data from Annabelle and Emily, or for you, is Emily the rider of the day?
I would say still Annabelle, because in my opinion she was more fluid, and this is what we are looking for.
Okay, and what about you, Gosha? Do you agree?
No, I agree. For that, maybe the problem in warm-up of Emily, when she loses sometimes the wheels, maybe she didn't trust of Tasha. Maybe she can have problems in peloton.
Guys, I feel like it was a very successful day. I've learned a lot, but I've also got a lot of questions for you both. Firstly, Chris, I've seen you laugh twice today. I feel you're at risk of ruining your reputation as the bad boy of cycling. Anyway, we'll move on from that. I'm going to start even before the hot laps. So we saw them practicing. It looked like two of the guys were already quicker, but those two, being Noah and Elliot, both crashed before they even set the hot laps. What did you make of that and the fact that when they were behind the pros, there were some gaps opening up and others were keeping the gap shut?
Yes, correct, but I think Mattea even led bigger gaps with the pros. So we had two crashes, but probably they also found out then at that moment where their limits were a bit on that moment.
How much do you think the contestants learnt when they were behind Mathieu and Gianni in terms of the lines, and did anyone learn quicker than anybody else?
I think the first pace they had something like, it's quite, for some guys, like for Mattia, who left always a bit of a gap. We were then asking ourselves, does he do this on purpose because of safety reasons? When we see the times in general now, it was just of not being capable of really following that pace, I guess.
Well, let's go through some of the times, because there are actually some fairly significant differences, really, in the times. So Mattia, as I just mentioned to them, he was the slowest, 1:04.72, the fastest being Noah at 58 seconds. So that's a difference of 6.4 seconds, which is over 10%.
He kept being slow, actually, Mattia, so it's not something you can easily solve, I think, for him.
Do you think he was just trying too hard not to crash?
Yes,
to
that was the
safe?
thing.
'Cause that's what we told him.
He
Yeah?
told me that he did not want to take any risk and that he was trying to be careful, but there's a difference between not taking risks, being careful, and what he did, I guess.
Any further thoughts on Freddie? You mentioned that he was off the wheel slightly when he was following your pro riders around. In terms of his times in the end, they weren't too bad, were they?
Yeah, I think Freddie and Elliot were about the same on general lap times, and also when we just watched that one big corner, they were very close to each other, those two.
Yeah. Who do you think improved the most from the start to the end of the challenges today?
In my opinion, Noah, because he started with a crash, and starting from a crash in the warm-up, and then building up again some kind of confidence, building up the pace, and then ending with fastest lap. Yeah.
And with Elliot, as we know, he's only just got into cycling 18 months ago.
Yes, and especially because he's starting on the wrong gear, he's shifting on the wrong moment. He does a lot of things wrong.
Yeah. Yeah, if he can catch all those small things up.
He loses a lot of speed during... for nothing.
So to finish, I am going to put you both on the spot again and ask you, you know what's coming, I'm going to ask you to name a rider of the day if you had to choose one.
For me, Noah.
Yeah.
Seems fairly obvious, doesn't it? It's hard to pick anybody else.
Yeah,
Yes.
for two reasons. Best times, and that after that crash, mentally,
Yeah.
Well, Dan, I think you might be in Christoph Rudolph's bad books. He did not seem to like you pointing out that he had smiled twice.
I know, and I haven't seen him smile since, and I'm not sure I'm ever going to see him smile again.
Not at you, mate.
If
Not
I'm
at you.
perfectly honest. But to be fair, they had something to smile about on that go-kart track today, didn't they? Particularly with Noah, who was very impressive. I mean, we often say that mountain bikers transitioning to the road are impressive, their technical ability transfers over, but he's a particularly good example of that.
He is, even with a bit of road rash, isn't he? I mean, how slippery was it? It looked treacherous.
It was slippery enough that I gave us a 1% chance of actually doing that challenge when I first got there earlier on today.
Leave it to our Belgian direct sportifs to make it go ahead.
Yeah, they said it was fine.
Oh, that's quality. But talk us through Mattia then, because, I mean, to be frank, he looked like he was absolutely creeping, didn't he?
It kind of was. It was sort of perplexing, really. I got the impression that either A, he didn't want to fully commit for whatever reason, or that B, he just didn't see it as a proper challenge. I hope it wasn't B, because I know the coaches got a hell of a lot out of what they saw there today, because that's cycling skill laid bare, isn't it? We don't often get to see it in that sort of way, but there are so many corners in pro road racing, and to have them all in a go-kart track like that, it really exposed the differences between them.
Yeah, absolutely. And we should also say, Gianni Vermeersch is going to be thrilled with that one, getting one over his old mate Mathieu van der Poel.
I know, a win's a win, isn't
Absolutely,
it?
from one gravel world champ to another.
Exactly, I think that will set him up for the season, surely. Talk us through the women's.
Well, we've got a really interesting dynamic in the women's today, because Emily set the fastest time, but yet Annabelle was picked as rider of the day.
I know, I saw that. How did that happen?
Well, so when we dived into the data afterwards, Emily had clearly put out much more power during her lap, which was in of itself a surprise, actually, given how much Annabelle had dominated those shorter efforts in episode 1. But the fact was, it's a technical challenge, and Emily was just looking a little bit less composed through the corners. She was struggling to hold the wheel sometimes, riding in a group. So that's why I think the judges were genuinely more impressed with what Annabelle had to offer today.
It's always really interesting, isn't it, seeing what the judges are actually looking for in the finalists at the Zwift Academy finals. Well, as important as today's challenge was, it is just one of many, isn't it? And actually, in the next episode, they're going to be facing two. No one's out of the equation in the picture just yet, but The coaches are really starting to form their impressions now of the strengths and weaknesses of all the finalists, aren't they? Right, make sure you join us for the next episode then. It's going to be a cracker.
It is. Subscribe to GCN and hit the bell icon so that you do not miss it. In episode 3, the male contestants take on the Alpecin de Koning lead-out train.
Yeah, I can't mess up today.
While the women are again pitted against Zoe Backstead, but this time on a climb, head to head.
Oh, is she coming round her?
One after the other. They were all coming for me.
And then finally, all the contestants march into the Zwift arena for a special kind of race where they will line up not as rivals, but as teammates in support of some very special guests.
My name is Sirotti Ludwig, and you're watching the Zwift Academy Finals.
Welcome back to the Zwift Academy Finals.
This is episode 3 in the global search to find 2 new professional cyclists.
Come on, up, 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 up. Yes, come on.
I think I can win.
If I didn't think I could win, I would not be here.
8 riders were selected from the 100,000 who entered the Zwift Academy, the global talent search for aspiring professional cyclists. And they are now midway through their chance to impress the coaches and managers from 2 of the biggest teams, Alpecin de Koning and Canyon SRAM Zondercrypto. In the previous 2 episodes, we've seen which riders are the strongest and most powerful, and we've also seen who are the best bike handlers as well when our contestants came up against Mathieu van der Poel and Zoe Backstead. They made the first cut, but only 2 professional contracts are up for grabs. 6 will be going home empty-handed.
That was a pretty wild episode, wasn't it? Our finalists pushed right up to and even beyond their limits as they fought it out to show who was the king and queen of cornering.
And some pretty big gaps emerged, actually, didn't they? However, in episode 3, they won't be fighting out head-to-head, but rather the finalists will be required to work together.
Yeah, this is a really unusual dynamic, isn't it? Because, of course, they each want to win this competition, but to do so, they're now going to need to lay aside their own personal ambitions, even if it's just temporarily.
Which we think might come slightly more naturally to some than to others. However, ask any pro cyclist and they'll tell you it's something they know only too well.
Yeah. That's why Dan here only finished 161st in the Tour de France.
I know. Can you imagine? Had I not been that selfless and sacrificed my own ambitions, I could have been 158, maybe top 155.
Yeah, what might have been. Now, back to the here and now, though. Our finalists have got an extra challenge to do as well today. The men and the women are going to be doing different things. Each one relates to one of the specific ambitions and key areas of focus for our teams.
Alpecin de Koning are looking for a rider with the potential to fit into their all-important sprint lead-outs. In Jasper Philipsen, they have one of the fastest riders on the planet, with 9 Tour de France stage wins in just 3 years. However, he can't do it alone. He needs the support of his team to keep him at the front of the peloton and in pole position for the final sprint to the line. No mean feat when the bunch is travelling at over 60 kilometres per hour. Not only will the rider have 160 Ks in the legs by this point, they will then need nerves of steel and the ability to produce over 500 watts for several minutes in order to do this job.
Morning finalists, we have a fantastic day for a ride. I can tell you that this morning is all about speed. It won't have escaped your attention that you've joined a team here that has arguably the best sprinter in the world and arguably the best lead-out trainer in the world. So 2 challenges. You've come out to a 3-kilometre stretch of flat, straight road, which Alpecin use for their lead-out training. So in the first of the challenges, the 2 Christophs will be on scooters. You will be in pairs behind. For the first 2 kilometres, they're going to ride at 50 kilometres per hour with 1 pair behind each. With a K to go, they will move away.
And from then on, it's who gets to the finish line first, the 4 of you up against each other. You'll have 4 opportunities at that to take a win. Once you've recovered, you'll then be joined by 3 of their pro riders, one of the big lead-out guys, plus Van der Poel and Philipsen. So again, the 2 Christophs will be on the mopeds. At 50 k's an hour for 2 kilometres, you'll be in one lead-out train on one side, their 3 riders will be on the other side. With a K to go, the motorbikes will go out, and then it's up to you to deliver your favoured rider as quickly as possible to get as close to Jasper, maybe even beat him. What they're looking for there is for you to work really well together, to decide who you're working for, but also mainly to learn from one to the next, because you're going to get 3 opportunities with that one. I'm really looking forward to watching this, and I wish you the best of luck as ever.
Yeah, a bit sore, a bit tired, but it's not too bad. Take some painkillers and keep fighting on, eh?
Yeah, I can't mess up today.
I don't want to be cocky or anything, but I think this time I deserve it.
So, sprint number 1. Christoph and Christoph gradually get the 2 pairings up to a speed of around 55 kilometers per hour. The initial phase is about energy conservation, tucking in as close as they can to the person in front, and then with 1k to go, the race to the line begins. After a cagey start, it's Freddie who jumps first. He gets a gap, but Mattia drags the rest of them up to him. Elliot is clearly feeling it, he's off the back, but Noah is flying. He times his sprint to perfection to come around Mattia before the line.
Go back to the start.
In sprint 2, the pairs reverse their order behind the scooters. It's another tactical game when the motorbikes pull off, but once again, it's Freddie who goes first. This time, it's Noah who reacts, gapping Mattia and Elliot almost immediately and comfortably getting past Freddie by the line. 2 sprints, 2 wins for the Canadian.
Noah won 2 times now. We want to see a bit more of a tactical race, eh? You are just 4 individuals, 4 different teams. You are in the last K of a race. Think how to act and how to do it, eh? Alright, 2 more attempts.
Come closer.
Yeah, I was trying to stay as close as possible.
You can hit it, you can touch it.
Yeah?
It doesn't matter if you touch it once.
Yeah.
Nothing's happening.
Okay.
There's no mucking about in the 3rd sprint. Noah hits out early, surprising the others who either don't react or can't. It's a long effort for Noah, but the gamble pays off. The gap is just too big for the others to close. 3 from 3. One chance remains for the finalists to beat each other. Can anyone get the better of Noah this time around? As the scooters pull off, there's a lot of looking around. Nobody wants to jump too soon. Elliot makes a tentative move down the right-hand side, but it's Freddie who makes the first serious effort. The question is,
Has he got the power to hold them off to the line? Just.
I knew I probably had better kick and could hold a 30-second effort better than the other competitors. Just that's me in my mind.
It was fun, for sure. I mean, I'm no sprinter, so I did what I could.
Yeah, it was fun. Hard, but fun. So it was nice, yeah.
So I live with my mom and my sister in a house in Freiburg, Germany. It's in the Black Forest. And growing up, I played a bit of soccer. And we went skiing in the Black Forest area or something, climbing, hiking, also in Switzerland in the holidays. I always loved being in the mountains. So in 2022, I went to Canada for a year and lived in Squamish, BC, and went to school there, stayed at a super nice host family and met my team, Charger BC XC Racing there and raced XC with them. But now I live in Germany again. So I think being nice is always and polite is always the first thing you want to be and do, and then just be confident but not overconfident, and don't do it, not doing anything stupid is also important. And then just show that I want the contract and I want to do all my best and want to give it my all. So it's my mountain bike on a trainer, and then I have the laptop on a working bench. I think the ultimate dream for me is getting the World Champion stripes one day. Either TT or road. My mom was already really happy for me that I made the finals, and also proud because she saw how I progressed over the years, what I did and how I train and everything. I think they would just be proud and super happy for me.
I'm so happy for you that you get this opportunity to train with the big ones, to learn from the professionals. That's so great. Enjoy this week, have fun and show your best.
There's a reason they're here, but I think there's also a reason I'm here, so may the best win.
Time to see how they fare against the best riders in the world. Oscar Riesebeck is at the front of the Alpecin train, MVDP on the wheel, Jasper Philipsen waiting to do his thing. It might be 4 versus 3, but the finalists are going to have their work cut out to match the raw power they're up against. Riesebeck ups the pace as soon as the scooters part, and it puts the finalists immediately on the back foot. They've decided to work for Freddie, but it looks like he's struggling to hold the wheel. A comfortable win for Philipsen and Alpecin. The finalists have to settle for third with Noah. Back to the drawing board. To make things even harder for the finalists, Alpecin have brought in some fresh legs. New recruit Johan Pryce-Petersen, a 2-metre-tall watt monster, replaces Riesebeck as first lead-out rider. Elliott is far quicker off the mark this time, getting the contestants off to a solid start. Mattia is next, but it seems Pryce-Petersen is just getting up to speed. Noah is their designated sprinter this time, and they can be pleased with that result. That was much more promising. Riesebeck is back on the train for the third and final duel, but this time it looks like Alpecin might have their work cut out. A strong start from Elliott and Mattia leaves Van der Poel with ground to make up. There probably shouldn't have been any doubts though. He sails past with Philipsen on his wheel, and from there, it's no contest. It is another decent effort from the finalists though, with Noah taking second.
Lead-outs were super hard. I mean, they're one of the best in the world, and we're a bunch of, I would say, non-sprinter lead-out bodied guys. So I think we did pretty well considering.
We improved. The first one was a little bit difficult to find the right length for each one of us. But then I would say the last one we probably functioned a lot better together.
All right, I'm certainly not a sprinter, but Yeah, we did okay. We got better. The first one wasn't so good. Maybe second one either, but the last one we did a lot better. But yeah, it was tough.
I won't keep you guys long, because I know we've got another challenge coming up later on this afternoon. But let's go through the sprints. We started with the 4 finalists up against each other in pairs behind the motorbikes. Talk us through the results of the sprints and your main takeaways, Christoph.
Well, Noah won 3 out of the 4 sprints in the end, and then Freddie took the final one. Noah won 2 out of the 4 in quite a real sprint, let's say that way. One with a good surprise attack, which was about 600 to 700 meters to go, I guess.
Christoph, I noticed that you were constantly looking behind at the beginning of the lead-outs on the motorbikes to try and get them to sit closer to it. Did they listen to your advice?
Oh, I don't know. I don't think they completely understand or whether they dare to do it. For sure, they were not used to. But they lose already a lot of efforts up front, and that's a bit a shame.
I don't know if you could see in your mirrors on your bike, but Elliot was a bit slow to get going every time. He seemed to be doing a sprint just to catch up in the first place.
Yes, and I saw their faces, of course, in the mirror. They were not suffering, but it was not an easy ride behind the motor, which it should have been, actually.
On to the lead-outs against your pro riders then, 3 against 4. I mean, the finalists are quite fatigued at this point. I know your riders have been out here for a long training camp as well, but they're the best in the world at this thing. What did you learn about the finalists and the way that they worked together and went up against Jasper?
Yeah, we really wanted to see, actually, okay, Jasper won the sprints, which we also expected, but we tried to see, okay, how close can they get, and how do they divide the work in that last K, ending up with 4 finalists against 3 Alpes in the Koning riders. That was interesting for us to see how do they divide it, and how do they learn, adapt from it set after set. And we heard a lot of discussions when we came back with the scooter. They were
tried
talking.
to talk about it.
Yeah.
The first one was a disaster, but from there on...
Yeah.
Oh, so that's good then.
Yeah.
The process is more important than the result in those kind of things for us.
I mean, how disappointed would you have been in Jasper Philipsen had he not won those sprints?
Then we would have found something else as well.
Yeah. OK, thanks for your time again. We'll get back to the hotel and prepare for this evening.
For the women, though, Canyon SRAM are wanting to assess their performance in grueling, extended sprint efforts, but with an element of direct competition.
This road presents the first challenge for our female finalists today. They are going head-to-head against Zoe Backstead, one of the most powerful, explosive riders in the world. So it's going to be a 40-second effort, roughly, from those cones up to the top of that rise. There's a bit of a headwind here, and what the coaches are looking for is firstly to see what power our finalists can put out, but secondly, and perhaps most importantly, to see how that power output compares today against previous days, because this time they've got that carrot of direct competition. So are they going to respond well to that, or will they be better off on their own? It's an important question.
First up, it's Annabelle. Zoe kicks hard at the start and immediately creates a small gap. But Annabelle isn't done. She's coming back to her. Zoe's paced this well, though. She's got more left in the tank and is able to keep Annabelle at bay.
Come on, come on, come on! Up, 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 up!
Backstead 1, finalists 0.
Facial impression, Annabelle was not even struggling. But I guess it was a max effort. But definitely it was good for Zoe. She was challenged quite a bit.
It did look like that, didn't
Yeah.
it? 1 down, 3 to go. Good luck, Zoe.
Next against the clock, it's Tiasha. Oh boy, straight out of the blocks, and Tiasha is in trouble. She's not been the most explosive rider so far, and we can clearly see that now. She has demolished Tiasha.
Good job! Come on,
Good job, well done.
Oh, the gap was quite significant.
Yeah.
Our third rider is Emma. Zoe's trademark kick is in evidence again. Daylight opens immediately between her and Emma, but she's holding on well. Has Emma paced this one?
Up, 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 up. Go on, Emma.
Oh, good effort there.
I mean, now you can see Zoe is she's getting tired.
But she's becoming an easier target, so you're saying?
Yeah. It will be interesting, the last one.
Yes, Emily, last rider to come.
Now this will be the most exciting because Emily had the best power to weight ratio. It will be interesting to see, especially Zoe is doing now the fourth effort, so obviously the fatigue is there.
You thinking Emily's going to win?
Oh, yeah, I think that's a yeah.
No pressure then, Emily. It's as if Zoe's heard her boss's comments. There is no sign that she's slowing down here.
Oh.
Is she coming round her?
This is the chance for Emily, though.
Oh, she's tying up. She's tying up.
Come on, come on, come on, come on.
Great job, well done.
Close, but no cigar.
That was a bigger gap than I thought.
Yeah, I think she's done.
One after the other. They were all coming for me. Oh, I think I need a few days to recover now.
Were you kind of like trying to draft her and then save it for the end?
I don't even think that was the plan. I think I just saw her wheel and I was like, hop on. And then she was like, oh, you're drafting me. And I was like, I was just doing what I thought in the moment. But yeah, I don't know. I like uphill going against her, so it's probably better for me.
Yeah, the moment she's gone. And it's so hard to catch her after that. Like, I was just like, I saw the finish and I was just like, get this over and done with quicker. The faster I go, the quicker it'll finish.
I like that it was on climb at least, but I'd prefer a bit longer effort.
4-0 to Zoe then. But the results are worth looking into more closely. We can see from the riders' power and speed data that Annabelle leads the way with higher 5, 10 and 30-second sprint powers than all her rivals. Emily and Emma, meanwhile, were separated by just 0.1 kilometre per hour, although Emily did produce slightly more power. Tiasha, meanwhile, the lightest rider of the group, was as expected struggling with this challenge. And as for Zoe, well, her power data sheds more light on the respective performances of the finalists, because impressively, she saved her biggest wattages for Emily, the last rider to go.
Can I just say firstly, hats off to Zoe Baxted. Emily and Emma both evenly matched on this one, which was great to see from Emma's perspective, I think in particular. On the men's side, it looks like Noah pretty much bossed it.
Well, yeah, he did, really. But Freddie was also impressive. He won one of the 4 sprints amongst the finalists. And then watching him as an 18-year-old go up against the Alpecin de Koning lead-out train, you've got to say holding his own, that's got to have impressed the coaches.
Yeah. Now, there is one more bit of news from the women's side, Dan. Emma, you will notice, is sporting a bit of an injury.
Yes, this does feel like a story that needs telling.
I think so. So on the way back from the morning session, the team took a bit of a shortcut down some gravel. Zoe Baxted was asked to ride tempo. It would appear she went full gas.
Standard.
Yeah, Emily did really well, actually. She wasn't far behind. Tiasha just behind her. Annabelle appears to have sat up, so I'm not quite sure what's gone on there. But Emma did unfortunately crash on a corner. Yeah, she seems okay. Just hopefully it's not going to hold her back this evening.
Well, no, because this evening we've got a Zwift race for the finalists, a true test of strength and power. But one with a slight difference in this competition in that they need to work together for the greater good of the team to try and get the team win. The question is, can they take on the coach's advice? And can they leave their own egos and ambitions to one side?
That was going to be my line. I wanted that line.
Yeah, but I always get the last line.
No, I get the last line.
I get the last line, you know that.
No, I get the last line sometimes.
I've got all day. I get the last line.
I get the last line.
I think you'll find I get the last line.
Okay, finalists, today you will be undertaking a Zwift race where you will be facing the cream of the crop of Zwift's community racers. Over 50 of the best from around the world will be looking to, frankly, crush you lot, okay? Because make no mistake, these are not young up-and-comers, these are battle-hardened veterans, and they will be relishing the opportunity to race the Zwift Academy finalists. Your challenge, though, is not to beat them as individuals, but work together as a team to deliver your leader, last year's Zwift Academy winner, Maddie LaRue, in pole position to bring the win home for Canyon, SRAM, Zonda Crypto Generations. Okay, you'll be getting race radios, so you'll be getting your orders from head sports director Adam Sabo, and they will be monitoring your progress from the control room next door. All right, good luck.
The men and women are racing the same route, the Duchy Estate. It's 3 kilometers long and the riders will have to complete 9 laps plus a 1.8 kilometer lead-in. Despite being short, each lap is far from being flat. It consists of a descent and then a climb with 41 meters of elevation gain. The extra teammate for the men is none other than Mathieu van der Poel.
Mathieu, please come in. Good luck, guys.
If you're not familiar with Zwift, then let me explain. So Zwift is an online virtual reality cycling paradise. And to begin to use it, you first need a way of cycling indoors. You can either connect up your outdoor bike to what's called an indoor trainer, or you could use a dedicated indoor smart bike like this one, which is the Zwift Ride. The power that you generate when you pedal is measured by the indoor trainer and then translated onto Zwift so that your avatar moves at the right speed. Now, as well as measuring your power, that indoor trainer can also vary the resistance that you feel at the pedals depending on what is going on Zwift. So if your avatar is going uphill, it will feel like you are going uphill. Now, so far so good. What's great is that there are thousands upon thousands of people on Zwift at any one time, so you can ride with them, or in this case, race against them. Emma, how are you feeling about that? Right, it looks a little bit like you were all relieved that you weren't going to have to race each other. Is that fair?
Yeah, well, I mean, I really like Zwift racing. I've done a couple in the past, so I feel like Zwift racing is where I feel at home.
Okay, have you ever raced with an earpiece though, following team orders?
No, never. So this will be the first time.
Okay.
As a junior, we don't really get to race as a team. I'm excited. I don't really know what to expect, but we're working for Maddie, so hopefully we'll be able to keep up with her and be able to at least do something for her and help kind of sway the race a bit to favour her, or yeah, we'll see what we're told.
It's not just a race and who crosses first the finish line is the winner, but we need to work together as a team, just like outside in a race.
You feeling confident?
Always.
How best can they support you? How are they going to help you win?
Follow Adam's orders, because that's what I will be doing.
So we have 2.5 minutes to go. Girls, the only thing what I would like to see from the beginning is that if there is any moves, we need to be in it.
Okay, so the riders are off. We're going to leave the atmosphere. We've got a whole World Tour team here, but we're going to go next door to the control room to catch up with Adam as he's giving his team orders. Come on.
There is a move, girls, so we need to chase it down. Come on.
The race starts blisteringly fast and the riders are full gas immediately.
Yeah, we got Emily in the move. Very good job. Emily, when you hit the front, you just stay on the wheels, okay? Just stay on the wheels. Come on, let's keep on pushing.
What are your orders, Adam?
We'll try to keep it together. Obviously, that is going to be slight uphill at the towards the finish. That means that we'll need to be present in the moves. Like, for example, there is a move now. Okay, girls, there is a move now. There is a move. Let's get there. Let's get there. Emma, Tiasha, let's get onto it. Let's get onto it. Come on, Emma, Tiasha, come on.
Adam seems concerned.
There is still a lone rider ahead, so we need to chase it down. Come on.
The lone rider is as dangerous as Adam thinks. It's none other than pro cyclist Roberta Bassoni. This is making for a brutal start for the finalists. Can they cope with this pace?
Okay, girls, we'll just take it easy, okay? Take it easy, stay easy in the bunch. Let's stay easy in the bunch.
7 kilometers in, the pace finally eases. Tiasha and Emma are in the bunch. Emily is right at the back, but Annabelle has just been dropped. She's still looking okay, like she's not rocking and rolling, she's still committed. But there's no mistaking the fact that she is gone and out of the race.
What are you thinking with Annabelle going out the back?
I would say quite surprising, and it's a little bit worrying.
Is it all still together then up front? It looks like it is.
Yeah.
And Emily's there. Tiasha's looking a little bit fried. But
yeah.
She's still in the mix, isn't she?
Yeah.
The pace is so high that no one can attack. This is a race of attrition. Over 30 riders have already been dropped.
Just easy middle part, but we are in the middle part. We need to get through it. We need to get through it. We don't need to push so much.
With the front group now just a few elite riders, Adam can see that he needs to look after his remaining riders. With 20 kilometers raced, Tiasha is next on the endangered list.
Come on, Tiasha, let's go. Let's make up some positions.
The pace is really on at the front, and it's too much for Tiasha.
So Tiasha's gone, is she?
Yeah.
And then there were two. Emily and Emma are still in this very select group alongside team leader Maddie, who looks ominously strong, but so too does Swedish national road race and esports champion Micah Soderstrom and the bronze medalist in the 2023 Esports World Championships, no less, US rider Jackie Godby.
Okay, now you're on the last lap. Emma, now we need to go. Now we need to go. Whenever you can gain the momentum, now we need to go. Come on, Emma.
Adam has got his race plan, and he needs Emma to attack.
Come on, Emma. Come on, attack. A big move. Come on, that's all what we need now.
This isn't good. The team needs this attack in order to soften up their rivals and prepare the way for Maddie. Emily, meanwhile, is being asked to stay and support the team leader.
She's not putting any power out.
Yeah? Why she's...
Can she hear you?
Has Emma got a radio? Yeah.
There is no more time to waste. Maddie has to go now. It's 2 kilometers from the line, and this is the moment she's been saving herself for.
There we go. And come on, Maddie. Come on, let's go. Let's go. This is where we need to go, Maddie. Come on.
Is Maddie going?
Yeah, that's it, Maddie. This is a big move. This is it. This is what we're going for. Come on, there we go. All the way to the line.
She's got a gap. She's going solo.
Come on, keep on pushing, come on. Just a few hundred meters, come on, there.
This is heartbreaking. Emma is looking super strong, and this is her time to shine. Is it down to the radio, or is it just inexperience?
Here we go, Maddie, here we go. Come on, we keep on pushing.
Yes!
Yay!
Fortunately, there is no stopping Maddie. She has done it.
That was good. Put it there, Adam.
We won it. First
Zwift race is a DS.
Victory in Zwift.
Maddie's brilliant final attack saw her get a gap of 6 seconds over the bunch, led in by Micah Soderstrom and Ariel Verhaeren. Emma finished really well in 10th. Emily in the same group in 21st. Tiasha did not give up. She was still 24th, and Annabelle, meanwhile, was 47th out of 72 starters.
Winner! First win for Canyon SRAM Zonda Crypto generation. Congratulations.
Yeah, winner, chicken winner. That last 1K, I nearly fell off the bike, I'm sure. But it was fun.
Yeah, I was actually pretty surprised with how I went there. I was not expecting this. Felt like I was about to spew when I got to the finish line, but...
Okay, and talk me through the race radio. So I was next door with Adam. Like, could you hear much through your radio?
Yeah, like at times it was a bit hard to understand, especially because my teammate Emily, we have pretty similar names. So sometimes he was like, go Emily, go Emma. We weren't really sure which one was who.
Annabelle, talk us through what happened.
We started hard, as every Zwift race goes, and then, I don't know, we were listening to the radios a bit. I think my radio cut out, or I was just having trouble hearing. I don't know, then my legs blew up, and yeah, I guess that was it for me after a couple of laps, but the girls worked really well together, and yeah, I was watching them, they did a really good job.
It was really hard from the start. It was all out from the beginning, so I was just trying to hold on and do the best I can.
As with the women's race, this field is stacked. The finalists are up against the toughest, strongest Zwift racing veterans. In the mix are recent UCI Esports silver medalist Lionel Vujasin, 2023 UCI Esports world champion Bjorn Andreasen, and former Zwift Academy winner Ollie Jones. This is not going to be easy.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, off you go.
I think there's quite a bit of pressure on our team leader here.
Okay, 9 laps from now, we are in the descent. Try to protect Mathieu as much as possible. If attacks are going, we have to have somebody in, but we try to do it in a defensive way. So if you are in an attack, think about the leader and do it defensive, just stay there. Follow the attacks, guys. Try to neutralize the attacks. Yeah, Noah's in front, yeah. Mattia is also there. Watch out, guys, there are some splits. We need to have someone in.
Christoph, so we have a group split off the front of 3. Mattia is in there with a heart rate well over 190 at this point, but good from a team point of view?
Yeah, and Mattia can go pretty high. Okay, so it seems to be a group of 4 now. 4 guys. Mattia is in. Don't do too much pulling, Mattia. Just stay there in the group. Stay with the guys, maintain the pace. Don't waste too much energy.
So 10 kilometres in, and things seem to be going very well for them as a team at the moment. Mattia has made the front group of 4, which is in the region of 15 seconds in front of the main peloton, in which all of the rest, including Mathieu van der Poel himself, are just sitting in. But looks like incredibly hard work, doesn't it? I saw Mattia's heart rate go to 193 a few moments ago. Even if you're fresh, that's high. But given all they've done this morning and this week, seriously impressive.
Bunch is reacting, the pace is high. Mattia, the gap is 10 seconds. Well done, Elliot. Good move up to the front. Stay there now, Come on, Mattia, you don't let anyone go there, You just stay close. The gap is up to 17 seconds. Mattia, how do you feel? I heard okay.
Christoph, in terms of the way things are panning out, the idea of this challenge is to see how they work as a team and take instructions. Mattia's done an excellent job for the team throughout the race today.
Yeah, he was there. We sometimes say that in races too, try to be in it, and you have always guys who are 90% in an early break or whatever. And then some guys, you say it each time, and yeah, 10% they are only in or they just do their own thing.
And then Freddie and Elliot look to be struggling with just under 10 kilometres to go now.
Yeah, indeed. Positioning-wise, it was a bit hard for them, I guess. So they are still in the split behind.
7 seconds or so behind the group of Mathieu and of Noah.
Which is hard.
Freddie and Elliot have both been dropped from the group of Mathieu van der Poel. He now only has Noah for support, although Mattia is still in the breakaway, which could be invaluable.
So Noah and Mathieu stay up front there. All is still playable. Mattia, if you feel confident, then you have to let us know. If you feel still okay, you have to let us know. We have to take a decision. Noah, how do you feel?
I'm hurting, but I'll keep going until I can't. Just hold it together.
Okay, Noah, so Noah just keeps it together.
So just under 5 kilometres to go in the race now. You can see it's incredibly intense. Mattia's still out front, but with just under 10 seconds, it probably will come back. We'll wait and see. We still have Mathieu van der Poel and indeed Noah in the group just behind, but the gap is getting gradually smaller. It's going to be a very tight finale. I almost feel guilty looking at the pain on the faces, especially after what I know they've already done. The other contestants around the world are all a lot fresher than these guys. There's even wincing going on.
Come on, Noah, this is less than 3 minutes, come on. Very good, Noah, very good. Mathieu is with you, very good job. Come on, position is good, Mathieu is slightly in front, Noah is there, Mathieu is there. We are heading towards that right hand up corner section.
Mattia has now been caught, but remarkably, he still has something left in the tank to give one last pull for his leader. Then it's all on Noah to help Mathieu in these final moments.
Very good, Noah. Keep that pace, keep that pace. It's a really good job for your team. Lead it out. Come on, less than 45 seconds towards the finish, come on.
So job done by the guys, Christoph. It's down to Mathieu now.
Good job, guys, good job.
Behind Mathieu, Mattia was 27th and Noah 30th. They both played the role of domestique perfectly. Elliot and Freddie were 42nd and 43rd respectively, having been caught behind a split in the group, an issue that plagues tired and or inattentive riders on Zwift and in real life in equal measures. The winner? 2017 Zwift Academy winner, Ollie Jones.
Race done. I'm going to start by speaking to the third place on the podium today, Mathieu. The result you came for or not?
Yeah, of course we tried to win, but I think it's one of the best results I did in a Zwift race, so I have to thank my 4 teammates.
Yeah, and they did do a very good job for you today.
Yeah, perfect. A bit like how we like to race as a team in real life as well.
Once I was in the breakaway, it was a perfect situation, so I just tried to keep it steady. But of course, like in Zwift, there is no steady. So we just went like more than 8 watts per kilo on every small climb. So it was really tough.
Yeah, I think we did a great job as a team as a whole. Mattia did a really fantastic job in the breakaway, keeping it together, keeping it smooth. And I tried to stay at the front and control the peloton as much as possible, which was quite difficult with all the surges, everybody trying to launch attacks to get in.
I was caught in the back and then I tried to bridge, but then, I don't know, I didn't even notice when it split, so I should have paid more attention.
Yeah, no, that was tough. Like Freddie, I get caught behind a split, but yeah, it's been the case for me all week, really. I try and push, but I just don't have the watts I had a few weeks ago, really. I just don't have, I don't know, I just feel weak, so.
So the end of day 3. As ever, I almost feel sorry for the riders looking at the pain etched on their faces in a Zwift race. But some impressive ride. Your initial thoughts in what you saw tonight on the Zwift race, Christoph?
It's impressive what they do, especially after a hard day. This was our 3rd effort of the day in the end. And then they put impressive numbers on the table. It's really impressive to see.
Almost scary looking at the heart rates, isn't it? Let's go through them one by one then. So in order of left to right, as we saw them here Zwifting. So our young Scotsman, Elliot, along with Freddie, who was next to him, distanced in the early part of the race this evening, Christoph. In terms of actual pure power, those two have been struggling the most this week.
Elliot simply did not have the legs, and Freddie, he was a bit unattentive, and then he was dropped and it was done.
Elliot has crashed, obviously, at this point, and also said he didn't have the best of health coming into this.
No, you cannot come to a race always fully 100%.
Is it hard to calculate how much difference there might be for him? I mean, you've got his data leading into this race, leading into these finals.
Yeah, but it's like Christoph says, if you should ask a rider how many races they came into the race really at 100%. There is always something small, and yeah, it's about how you can handle it, how you can adapt to those small things and try to win with 99% and forget a bit that 1%, like, yeah, I feel a bit cold or I feel this.
Yeah, adapt to the situation.
Yeah.
Okay, and Freddie, he's the youngest, as we keep saying. He's only 18 years of age.
Yeah.
There's a lot of pressure on his shoulders, really, reaching the final like this. You know, all of the riders from the pro team watching Mathieu van der Poel next to him.
Yeah, he's not only physically young, with not that much cycling background, but that's also a bit for Elliot. But we can also not forget, mentally they all should be still young. At the age of 18, if we try to go back when we were 18, then just getting dropped in this kind of arena, next to Mathieu and say, hey, we need to do a team job, make sure Mathieu wins the race.
Yeah, it's a lot. I think we should remember as well that he only used road pedals and shoes for the first time 3 days ago, and he qualified for the finals by riding a mountain bike on his home trainer. I said we're going to go left to right, so I guess we should talk about Mathieu. Only third. Are you a bit disappointed you've extended his contract for so long with that performance?
This is the best result ever. So all good.
I've just been hearing from behind the camera.
Even better.
Even better, yeah, up to second
He
place.
can stay one more season.
OK, I'll take all my comments back then. OK, moving on to Mathieu.
He did what was asked, so nothing to say about him. And I think being in this break, you have to be a rider, a real one. He was fully committed to the team. Nothing to say about it. Well done.
And finally, our Canadian mountain biker, Noah. A solid ride, it felt once again. He made the front split with Mathieu and he helped also in the lead out towards the end.
Yeah, and then sometimes he was a bit in the back of that bunch after the split. Then we told him a few times, like, Noah, move up. He always reacted solid and moved up, was there with Mathieu. And in the last 5 to 6 minutes, he was always there neutralizing the attacks after Mathieu was called back.
With the dust now settled in the Zwift arena in Portugal, let's see how the coaches are feeling about their riders' performances.
Adam, gosh, there has been a lot going on today, hasn't there? But let's start, first of all, with that Zwift race. I mean, high fives again for Maddie's win. That was cool. But what about our finalists? Should we start, first of all, with Annabelle?
I mean, it's fair to say that the beginning of the race, straight from the gun, it was pretty hard. So unfortunately we lost Annabelle pretty quickly, and we couldn't see, or we could see most probably throughout the day that it's not the best day for her.
Can she recover in time for tomorrow, though?
I said she can.
Now let's talk about Emma. Probably her best physical performance so far, but tactically, you got your concerns, haven't you, Adam?
Yeah, I mean, with that age, what she has, it's pretty normal to have like up and downs. Now on the tactical side of this, I was asked from them on the radio, especially Emma, to make a final attack and Emily to stay on the wheel and just to make sure that Maddie is still looked after. Now Emma didn't do an attack. This was not the outcome what I would like to see.
And did she say anything to you after?
Yeah, she was coming to me and a little bit like you know like when the rider coming to me apologizing or just to saying something, it says something already that it was I don't think it was everything all right. So she was coming to me and saying like, yeah, I didn't understand and my radio and this and that, which is already kind of like a tricky situation. Too fair to say. So
yeah, from your like vast experience as director sportives, like how often does a radio actually, like how often is a radio the reason why a rider doesn't do something? Like, is that a legitimate excuse?
When the radio don't work. But in the end, what Adam said, when they come back to you and talking about the tactic, you know they hear it, and maybe the ego won.
And so we come to the end of another day, and the fatigue now is really setting in.
Oh, isn't it just? But don't worry, Dan, we will get through it, mate. It's just one more day to go.
The riders, I meant, again, not us.
No, I mean the riders as well. Yeah.
Would you say that there's now a clear favourite for that contract at Canyon SRAM Zonda Crypto?
I would say it's as clear as mud, Dan.
Nice.
No, I don't think it's quite that bad, but definitely the coaches have had a lot to think about today. In the first instance, we had Annabelle that performed so strongly in the first challenge. Really, really impressive. But then the way she cracked in the Zwift race, that's going to be raising some serious questions for the judges. But yeah, I've got to say, my heart went out to her. That was a very public place to have a really bad day, wasn't it? You know, all of the Canyon SRAMs on the crypto superstars watching. And then there was also Emma as well, who, again, that was really tricky because she didn't follow team orders. Now, I get if the radio wasn't working, she wouldn't have known, but she wasn't on a road, right? She could have asked anyone for clarification. Yeah. Emily did ask for clarification by the radio because, you know, she wanted to know exactly what team orders were. And so I think the coaches are going to be asking questions of Emma, which is such a shame because she performed brilliantly. That was by far and away her best challenge yet.
It was. She was super strong, wasn't she? On the men's side, Noah was clearly the strongest this morning on those sprints. But I would say that Freddie was looking good there as well. He was the only rider to actually beat Noah across the line on one of the sprints. And when they were up against the Alpecin de Koning lead-out train and Jasper Philipsen, he was very impressive there as well. Elliot, I really think he's starting to feel it at this point. He's clearly suffering.
Yeah, he looked outgunned, frankly, didn't he, next to the Alpecin de Koning guys. And what about Mattia?
Mattia was everything you would expect from Mattia, i.e. Mr. Dependable and Mr. Consistent. He just doesn't seem to have an off day on the bike, but it's fairly clear as well that sprinting is not his forte.
No, nor going around corners.
No, thankfully they were the straight road, wasn't it, for the sprint lead-outs there.
He must have been relieved.
But then this afternoon, in all seriousness, he was the ultimate teammate, and that couldn't have been easy. Getting into that breakaway and staying in that break with some of the best Zwifters around the world who are going to be far fresher than he was, the power he had to put out was phenomenal. So that was a great performance by him.
Absolutely, yeah. Do you think we need to debrief as to why Mathieu van der Poel did not win?
Well, it might be one for another video, but it certainly feels like the start of the end of his career, doesn't
Exactly. I think we have already witnessed peak Mathieu van der Poel.
I know. Right, we want you to get involved at this point. You must have your favourites going into the final episode next week, so let us know in the comments section down below which of the finalists you would be picking for a contract.
Join us for the grand final next week.
Next time on Zwift Academy, the finalists tackled the last challenge to show the coaches they have what it takes to survive the brutal world of pro cycling.
That's terrible.
Last minute push, come on! The pro contracts are on the line.
I have never experienced something like this before.
I honestly hope that it could have been like more decided by this point.
And 2 finalists will go home as pro cyclists.
And the rider that will be turning professional is...
You're watching the Zwift Academy Finals on GCN.
Hello, and welcome to the final episode of the Zwift Academy.
In just a few moments, we're going to be finding out which 2 of our 8 contestants will be awarded professional cycling contracts.
Canyon SRAM Zondercrypto and Alpecin de Koning selected these finalists from the 100,000 people who entered the Zwift Academy this year. Shortly, 1 man and 1 woman will be crowned winners, and they're going to be embarking on their new careers as professional cyclists.
Wow. Now, they have all had a tough ride to get here. If you've not seen the previous 3 episodes, then do check them out before watching this one. But we're going to remind ourselves anyway now of what's been going on.
The journey began on the indoor training platform Zwift from the comfort and convenience of thousands of homes around the world. After a series of grueling challenges and workouts, the physiological data of the best riders was analysed forensically. The 8 most talented athletes were duly handpicked and flown to Europe to fight it out head-to-head under the watchful eyes of Alpecin de Koning and Canyon SRAM Zondercrypto. Here we've watched as the finalists have lived and trained alongside their pro cycling superstar heroes like Mathieu van der Poel and Cecily Uttrup-Ludwig.
For me, this is why we ride here outside and see what they're capable of.
We've had a close look at how they compare to one another when it comes to pure fitness. We've seen their bike handling skills under the microscope.
Always on the long line, always.
And we've seen them both up against and working with their potential new teammates, which exposed some weaknesses, both expected
First one was a disaster, but from there on...
and unexpected.
I would say quite surprising, and it's a little bit worrying.
Physically and also tactically.
Come on, Emma, come on, attack.
She's not putting any power out.
Don't break, don't break, don't break. Go! Come on, up, up, up.
It is all still to play for, although we do think that perhaps some riders have got a little bit more work to do than others.
So on the men's side, Noah and Mattia have been the strongest so far in the competition. But that said, they are also by far the most experienced of the 4.
Yeah, have you got any sense, do you think, from Christoph and Christoph as to whether or not they're willing to develop that raw talent of Elliot and Freddie?
Well, I know they've been impressed, but at the same time, Christoph Roodhoft is a hard man to read.
He is, a hard man to please as well, although Dan has witnessed him smile on several occasions this finals, so potentially he is impressed. Now on the women's side, again, we've got 2 riders who are the favourites. We've got Annabelle, who's been leading the way on the shorter sprint efforts, even giving Zoe Baxted a run for her money. But we also have Emily, who's been incredibly strong on the longer efforts and also really consistent.
Annabelle, however, had a really disappointing end to episode 3, riding home from the morning's challenge down a gravel sector. Despite the coaches asking the finalists to stick with World Tour rider Zoe Baxted, she lost a huge amount of time. We didn't know why, but in the evening's Zwift race, her tiredness was evident as she got dropped early on. However, having a bad day isn't a problem, it's how you bounce back from it that counts. So what is the final challenge?
Well, today, the riders will actually face one of the tests that they already did on day 1.
Yeah, the coaches are looking for another maximal effort. They want to see what the riders can do. 4 minutes for the men, and 8 minutes for the women.
And that difference in duration is very much a deliberate thing, isn't it? So that the teams can find specifically the type of rider that they're looking for a specific role within those teams. So Alps and De Koning, they obviously want somebody who can fit into their classic squad and or their sprint lead-out train. Canyon SRAM's on the Crypto, meanwhile, they want someone that's more suited to stage races or races with the longer climbs.
You know, I tried out for Alps and De Koning once.
Did you? What sort of duration of test did you have to do?
About 90 seconds.
Christ, short and sweet. That must have been brutal.
Yeah. Well, not really, because he didn't ask me to ride a bike. I had to make him a cup of tea.
And how did that go?
I'm still here, aren't I?
Yeah. To be fair, you make a crap cup of tea, Si, don't you?
Yeah, that is true. Now, the reason we're revisiting those max power tests from episode 1 is not because we doubt the data, but because we want to contrast it with what the riders are capable of now that they are really, really tired.
And this is utterly critical, isn't it, in the decision-making of the judges, because they want to see how well or not the finalists have tolerated all the riding and the racing that these riders have been doing.
That's right. Or just the stress of dealing with Dan.
Well, there is that too, Si. Thank you very much. Now, if the power that they produce drops compared to the first test today, that could be a real black mark against their name on what is effectively their final chance to impress the coaches.
Good morning, riders. Okay, today you will be joining the World Tour team for a long endurance ride. However, there is a sting in the tail. At the very end, the coaches want you to repeat the test that you did on the first day. Yay! Sounds cruel, and it is, but there is a very, very good reason for getting you to do that test again. They want to see whether you can repeat or perhaps even improve the power numbers that you produced on day 1 now that you are basically exhausted. To make sure you get enough time on the front, the coaches have split you into 2 groups, okay? So Chasha and Emma, you will be joining the first group. Emily and Annabelle, you will be joining the second group. And bear in mind as well, this is the last opportunity for potentially your new teammates to get to know you. Good luck. How important is it for a rider to be able to soak up all of the stress, all of the hard work, and then still be performing well at the end of it?
It definitely can be trained, and we put a lot of emphasis on training this because obviously, especially if we are looking to a rider who is more as a climber type.
So are you thinking then, as we now follow Annabelle and Emily in their group, Emily doesn't seem to have got tired yet.
Yeah.
Whereas Annabelle looks, from her performances, not from the way she's acting or the way she looks, but from her performances, she looks tired.
As I said yesterday, it was really concerning that she was not able to follow Emily on the gravel section, or ultimately Zoe. Also that she was quite early dropped in the Zwift race in the evening sessions. So as you can see, like they are riding together with the group.
Yeah.
So we definitely wanted to have them as a head-to-head.
I mean, they look good in amongst the World Tour riders, don't they? Like, I mean, they... like, Annabelle's the one I can see clearly now, and she does look like she's every inch the World Tour pro, right?
Yeah.
Emily, too. Do you think there's something in the fact that, like, Annabelle is clearly more explosive? Like, her 5, 10 second power, 30 second power is higher than Emily's. The fact that she's maybe got, like, her fitness profile is more towards the shorter efforts. Do you think that maybe is why she's struggling now, 4 days in?
Can be, but I mean, if you want to be a professional cyclist, like these 4 days wouldn't, and especially Annabelle is 2 years older than Emily, and it's quite significant difference, especially in this young age, to be 2 years older than Emily.
Good morning again, finalists. Today was supposed to be a long 5-hour endurance ride on the road, but as you would have already seen, the weather's not looking particularly good. And so the coaches are going with plan B, which means I get to say, back in my day, we'd have done 6 hours in the pouring rain. If we complained, we wouldn't have got dinner. In all seriousness, they don't want you getting sick at this point in the competition. So plan B is as follows. This morning, you're going to be doing 2 hours indoors on Zwift. but the plan remains the same. They want more fatigue into your legs for what's to come. Because this afternoon, whatever the weather, after lunch, you'll be going out on the open road and back to their preferred testing climb, and you're going to repeat that 4-minute all-out effort. But for this morning, your Zwift rides are set up in your position, your name's on them, ride on.
The riders are doing a workout in Watopia that's been prescribed by the coaches. While, as I said, it is just 2 hours long, it's an intense session mixing hard endurance pace with some ramps up to and above their FTP. Basically, it's not designed to kill them, and on its own would be a great training session, but as a warm-up for what's to come later, it will definitely make their legs sore.
It's been an amazing and unforgettable experience, like something you only experience once in a lifetime. I mean, obviously, Zwift Academy, it has to be challenging. So, yeah, I mean, I went into this knowing it was going to be a tough 4 days. So, yeah, it's been kind of what I was expecting.
Did my best and pushed all the way to the finish. Felt like I was about to spew when I got to the finish line.
Letting myself have a bit of fun and have a laugh with the girls it's helped to ease the pressure and the nerves, yeah.
I just focus on me, do the best I can, and yeah, just see how that goes.
Obviously, the challenges have been the hardest part, but I think dealing with the nerves and dealing with the pressure and learning to put some things behind me and just focus in the moment and not think too far ahead of anything, because then I get really nervous and I put a lot of pressure on myself. Whatever comes out of it, I think it's been an amazing experience.
Being in a World Tour team environment's just been fantastic. Everything, just from the moment you wake up, is completely sorted. It's just been really great to see how everybody functions, but also I can make things better and optimize things better for my training and living.
I'll just do another one. For me, it's really difficult to switch off the brain and just try to go with the flow. And I feel like that's been the most challenging part. It was fun. I mean, I'm no sprinter, so I did what I could. I have so much going on through my head at this moment. I honestly hope that however it would go, it could have been more decided by this point, because I remember the pressure I had last year in terms of expectation on myself, and then how disappointed I was when I discovered that I lost. I'm kind of at the same point, so I'm really nervous but also afraid to lose, because I feel like this year I've done even better than last year.
I have never experienced something like this before. It has been crazy. I don't even know what's happening half the time. It's just like a whirlwind of activity. Academy, yeah, I think it was what I was expecting. I was expecting 4 days of racing, some efforts that went really well, some that went less well, and yeah, I'm just happy with the experience.
So these corners were actually tighter than I thought. I had more speed. So I was sprinting corner, corner.
It's been fascinating. You learn a lot from just being around the camp and seeing what they do and what they eat and how they manage it and things like that. I think the hardest part was the Zwift race. Obviously physically it was really hard, but mentally as well. Yeah, to get dropped in that race from the bunch was pretty hard.
Yeah, it's been the case for me all week really. I try and push, but I just don't have the watts I had a few weeks ago really. I just don't have, I just feel weak, so.
Yeah, I think the pressure is really high at first, but then you get used to it. So I expected hard challenges. Obviously there were a bunch of surprises in there too, but yeah, everything was fun. It was really nice to see how everything goes with one of the biggest teams in the world of cycling.
You could feel the pressure just before the challenges, but overall it was just a nice experience, and it helps you forget about the pressure and the final prize that is waiting for one of us.
One piece of advice I would give to the Zwift Academy winner is to just keep going when the times are tough and realize that it will get better.
After winning Zwift Academy in 2020 at only 18 years of age, Niamh Bradbury has gone on to become a big fixture in the Canyon SRAM Zonda Crypto World Tour team, gradually building up to a breakthrough year in 2024, which included winning the toughest stage of the Giro d'Italia.
Give it your all. It's hard, especially the first year, but keep going.
If you win Zwift Academy, of course it will change your life. It's not that after the day after you win Zwift Academy, your life has changed forever, and now you really have to live a life that doesn't own you, let's say.
At the age of 25, Luca Bergolito was the winner of Zwift Academy in 2022. It was his last chance to turn pro, and he's gone from strength to strength since joining Alpecin de Koning.
Yeah, the level in cycling is really high, and you start to think of cycling 24 hours a day.
Yeah, it was pretty full gas, kind of like jumping into the deep end of a pool, but I think it's even harder now, 4 years after. You just gotta try, swim rather than sink.
Now I'm really happy, of course, to be a professional athlete, and I'm really enjoying what I'm doing, but at the same time I think you can really appreciate the life, let's say, and the bike, riding your bike even if you are not professional.
I knew when I signed the contract that it was not all sunshine and rainbows, and that's right. It's amazing. I do love being a professional cyclist.
Winning Zwift Academy was really something that changed my life.
Okay, finalists, this is it then. You've got 4.5 hours of riding in the legs, keeping up with the World Tour team. But it comes down to this. One final 8-minute effort. Hopefully you remember this road from the first day. Hopefully you've got good memories of this road on the first day. Give it everything you've got. Good luck. This is it. Last challenge.
As is tradition, Annabelle is first off. This is crunch time. Has she recovered from the previous day? She looks to be suffering, but that can be a good sign that she's actually strong enough to be able to go really deep. As the most explosive rider of the group, this challenge is less her forte than others, but she has to prove a point here.
Annabelle's just on the way up. She's doing pretty well, actually. We didn't think they were going to get anywhere near as far, part because of this wind, but here she comes. Great job, Annabelle! Great job! What were your numbers like compared to day one?
It's the exact same.
Exact same?
Yeah. I think.
Were you expecting that?
Yeah, I feel like I sometimes like to push myself more, or not more, but like when I'm fatigued, have a little extra in the leg instead of feeling dull. So.
Great job. I wish I had that. Fantastic.
Thank
well done.
you.
I wasn't expecting that.
No, me neither.
Jascha is next up. She performed really strongly in this test on day one. Can she back it up to bookend the week with good performances? It will take something really special, though, to get the attention of the coaches. Has she got it? There is clearly 100% commitment from Jascha, showing the fight that all the coaches are really looking for.
Great job,
Yay.
yeah, nice one. Well done, brilliant.
It's hard. I could feel the fatigue in my legs, and maybe I started a bit too fast. I think that my power was lower than the last time, but I guess this is normal after a few days, and today's right. So yeah,
good fight.
I gave it my all. Thank you.
Congrats.
Emma now She was really strong yesterday. What has she got left in the tank for this final challenge? There are no tactics to fall foul of here, just 100% commitment, and we know that is right up her street. She's still looking strong.
Come on, up, last bit of push.
I'm pretty happy with that.
Yeah?
After a lot of fatigue. For some reason my heart rate was really low. I'm not sure if that's because
quite normal.
Yeah.
And last up, it's Emily. It feels like this is her challenge to lose, having won it on day one, and the tension is sky high to see what our youngest finalist is still capable of after a leg-breaking few days. Is it just me, or is she looking fast?
So we know the last time she was the one who was making over the corner. Let's see now where she gets. I mean, the circumstances are not the same, right?
Come on, Emily! Come on! Last bit of push, come on!
That's strong. That's a strong effort.
Pretty dead. Oh my god. I'm glad that's over.
That was impressive, especially after the 5-hour ride. She was riding all the day, pretty consistent, really solid on the bike. This is what we like to see.
I've talked about this a lot, but she is 17 years old.
Yes.
You look so strong up there. Like,
I didn't feel strong.
Did you not?
I mean, it was hard to tell if it was any better or worse than the last one, but I think the power was there definitely with fatigue. It was a bit lower than what I did, I think, the first time or what I would have hoped to do, but again, that just comes with fatigue. I was trying to tell myself I'm not fatigued, but it's hard when you've done 4 days of pushing yourself to the limit, but I'm proud of myself for being here and how I've pushed myself and I've left. At least I can leave knowing I gave it all my all, and then that's...
Oh, 100%,
yeah, I mean,
you should be
that's the goal
so
every
proud.
time.
Yeah,
Thank you.
That's it then. No more challenges left for our finalists. They're making their way down off the mountain now, back for some much needed recovery at the hotel. Our judges, meanwhile, have got some hard work. They have got some deliberations to do.
Right, do we know the way?
Yes! Today we know.
So you want the guys to have a certain number of kilojoules in the legs today before the 4-minute effort. Is it around 3,000, did you say?
Yeah. We aimed for about 3,000 to 3,500. Because of the weather circumstances, we had to adapt a little bit. But in the end, before they start the 4-minute all-out again, there should be at least 3,000 kilojoules in.
Okay, and how much of a difference are you expecting between the fresher test and today's test?
Well, that's really depending on the type of rider that they will be a little bit. We see with GC type of riders that the resistance to fatigue is really high, and that they can, after even certain kilojoules and stages, they can just keep it up. So we expect that some guys just keep exactly the same level. If they are a bit more anaerobic, some will lose a bit more.
Okay. Another interesting thing you were telling me before was that on day one, the blood pressure, which is part of the health checks you do every morning with all of your team, the blood pressure of some of the finalists was actually really high, and it's come down since day one. That's presumably just a sign of the stress and the
nervousness they had at the start?
Yeah, for sure. Already we saw that in the past years also, the first time that they really come into the health check room surrounded by the Alpes and the Koenig riders, then they are a bit impressed about the complete situation. And today everything was already, they saw a bit the routines, they saw like, okay, should be fine. It was all stabilized and good. So they also had a good, that shows they had a good sleep, good general recovery. So yeah, we are looking forward to see the all-out test.
Yeah, me too. So Christoph, they're about to do their fatigued test of 4 minutes. Have you got any sort of predictions? What are you expecting in your own mind from the 4?
No, it's too hard to try to predict this. The only thing that we know is types like Mattia, you should expect that they can hold the power of the best. But yeah, it will be a bit motivation form of the day. Let's see.
Okay. But Mattia seemed to, he's already raced up here. Like, I'm not sure we got it on camera, but he went all out after warming up.
Well, everybody can prepare himself for that kind of all-out effort as he thinks what is needed.
Mattia is the first to make his 4-minute effort. The coaches have collected a lot of data on the Italian over the last 2 years, and based on that, I think they'll be expecting him to get pretty close to the power he produced on his fresh effort, even with all the fatigue in his legs at this stage of the competition.
Go on, Mattia! How did you feel today, Mattia?
This one was not super good. I'm so cold. I did 475. Yeah, it's like 25 watts, but I think I got like 10 less in heart rate.
Here goes Elliot. He's been disappointed in his performance over the last couple of days, but he has one last chance to impress the judges and produce the power he knows he's capable of.
I'm shit.
It looks like you've given everything. I can't ask more than that. How are your legs today?
It's hard to say. If I was doing 4 minutes full, I'd probably stand for 3.5. So to do it seated, I don't know. I don't know what I would be able to do. Yeah, even at my best, so yeah.
Freddie is up next, the youngest rider of the quartet. A reminder that he produced 408 watts the last time on this 4-minute test. He knows he'll need to do better than that to have any chance of taking that pro contract.
I can't go super deep when I can't stand up, because usually I do all my efforts like in the end when I go all out. I always stand up.
Yeah.
Also, like for mountain biking, I'm just used to standing on the on the pedals.
Yeah.
So 420 and 4 minutes 20.
Nice round figures. No, well done. You've done well today.
Finally, it's Noah. He and Mattia were almost too close to separate the previous time out. Noah did fractionally fewer watts, but fractionally higher watts per kilo. This test is going to give him the real sense of how resistant he is to fatigue. Can he still match Mattia, or will he pay for his earlier efforts?
That was terrible.
Not good.
You're feeling the fatigue?
I don't know if it's that or the cold air. I don't know. It was just not good. 476.
That's good.
Like 19 watts lower.
That's not much. Like you said, the weather is a lot colder today, and you've got more riding in the legs.
Yeah, it ain't over yet.
So they've all completed their 4-minute all-out effort for the second time, of course. Weather conditions much different, as you can see today.
But coaches Christoph and Christoph have just told the riders that if they wanted to, they could go back down the climb and do that all-out effort again, but they're allowed to get out of the saddle because both Elliot and Freddie, they both said that normally with those sorts of efforts, they much prefer to get out of the saddle and even finding it difficult. So they said, well, if you can do more power, why not try it again? So those two have gone back down and they're going to be doing a second effort, which I don't envy.
With both Elliot and Freddie saying that they would normally ride out of the saddle on this type of effort, the coaches gave them the opportunity to do exactly that once they'd recovered. Neither of them improved versus their seeded efforts though, but perhaps it was an effort too far.
That's impressive to give it a second go.
It was better, but I could feel the first one too much in the legs.
It was better, was it?
Yeah. Like over, it was like 4, 5 something, which isn't good, but
that's more than your first one and not much of a break afterwards.
After the first one I felt correct, so.
That's impressive, Freddie, to do that again, I've got to tell you.
Not better.
No? No, you didn't have long to recover from the first effort. What was the number on that time?
Only 400. Like something like that.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at the results then. When the coaches analysed the power of Freddie, it showed 405 watts for the 4 minutes. That's pretty close to his initial effort of 408, but still some way off the raw power and power to weight of Mattia and Noah. Elliot was the only rider to improve between the fresh and fatigue test, albeit by just 2 watts. Still, that will show the coaches that his power doesn't decline as he tires, an important physiological characteristic of a pro road cyclist, even if it's not quite as high. Mattia, you'll remember, mentioned that he'd averaged 475 watts. That's 26 watts lower than his previous effort, but it still gives him 6.88 watts per kilo. Which means that he and Noah are still locked together. The Canadian produced a single extra watt, giving him dead on 7 watts per kilo for the 4 minutes.
Christoph, we meet for the final time. All the challenges now done. Do you have all the knowledge and data that you need to make your decision at this point?
I would say we did our best, but it stays difficult, of course. It's a lot of yes and no, but if. So, yes, I hope what we have in mind now is correct.
Christoph, you're the data man. We love hearing the numbers from you. Have you got enough data? Has it been interesting to see the 4 finalists and their numbers this week?
Yeah, on numbers, I think we have seen enough. Of course, we saw already some numbers even before the finalists arrived here at this final week. And then they, proved it here on the real road once more, that they can have those numbers. So that was okay. This week was more about, how they handle it, those numbers in a racing way, because numbers and power is one thing, but you have to make it up to speed in the end to win a bicycle race.
If the answer to my final question to you is yes, don't give me a name, but do you know who you want to pick this year?
Yes,
I think we do.
Yes.
All right, I'll speak to you off camera in a moment. I'll deliver the news to the riders shortly.
Let's look at our final set of results then from the women. We'll start with Emma, who didn't manage to capitalise on her incredible Day 3 performance, but nevertheless put in a great ride to get 255 watts, just fractionally less than Day 1. Tiasha had performed really well in this challenge on Day 1, but she too struggled to maintain the same power output, finishing with 239 watts as opposed to 250 watts from Day 1. And what, though, of our leading contenders? Annabelle showed that she had indeed recovered from her poor performances on Day 3 to increase her power over the 8 minutes from 324 to 327 watts, which is 5.288 watts per kilo, higher than Emma, but still slightly lower than Tiasha. And last but not least, Emily. She also increased her power output, but by an impressive 10 watts, leaving her power to weight ratio at 5.68 watts per kilo.
Adam and Gosha, it's decision time. Have you seen enough from the finalists to be able to make a call?
I think from my side, I saw what I needed.
Gosha, you too?
Yes, I think yes. One question about how they move in the peloton, but I think we can see in the season when we choose the girl.
Adam, let's go to that power data then.
Yeah.
So, what has the data shown you?
On the power numbers, we were looking to somebody who can produce repeatedly and after a big day out, a big kilojoule burn, still reasonable numbers. And on the attitude, how she will fit into the team.
Do you feel like the finalists have all fitted in well to the team environment here?
Yes, yeah, that's definitely, we all agree in that. So that made a little bit the decision even more trickier. However, we need to choose one winner, and which will be a tough decision.
With Tiasha and Emma, I've been really impressed with their attitude in this, because I feel like they perhaps realised that they're not quite at the same level yet as the other two. But yeah, they have been positive and committed, and they've really given it everything, haven't they?
Yeah. It was really positive for me when we were there on the climb, and Emma just recapped everything, and she showed really gratitude, and she was grateful to have this opportunity here, which is really great, really great. Honestly, I really appreciated that at that moment when she was just like reflecting how these last 4 days went, and she said she's just unhappy because she will do another 4 days like this.
That's pretty impressive, isn't it? Yeah, she was buzzing, wasn't she? And what about you, Gosha?
Yeah, I think they are very nice and very smart young girls and riders, and I think they have very big future in the front of them. About Emma, yes, yesterday she crashed, but in the evening she was ready for the race. Tiasha, she always fighting until the end. For that, yeah, big congrats for them.
I think I feel comfortable saying this now that it's over, but out of the finalists, I think my biggest rival is Emily. I'm definitely closest with her because we're rooming together and we've been like, oh, what if you win, what if you win? But we're trying to just keep it calm, and we'll be really happy for each other either way. I think she's a great person, and yeah, she deserves to win if she wins.
It's hard to pick one, but I think Annabelle, she's very strong on the bike. She can put out a lot of power, and she's very punchy, so she's definitely a big competition. But the other two girls have also been super strong, and they've shown that they're very strong riders and technically very good as well on the bike.
It's just little things that you play back in your head, like last night in the Zwift race. I gave it everything, but you always maybe go, oh, maybe I had 5 more seconds, like maybe I wasn't completely empty and maybe Mathieu would have won. And that's what I guess kept me up at night last night. I think my biggest rival is definitely Mattia. I feel like he would say the same about me, and we're both definitely nervous to hear the result.
I feel like since the first day, but then it was getting like more and more clear. The competition is between me and Noah. At least that's what I feel, because we are like similar riders, but each one of us has some stronger weak points that can maybe differentiate us a little bit. So for example, like I said, I have maybe a higher threshold than power, but maybe he is better in a sprint, for example. So I guess it's up to what the judges will consider more important.
I don't think I have a biggest rival. I think all of the finalists are really strong, but I think Noah and Mattia definitely stood out on the climbs and on the Zwift race. Also, Elliot was super strong, so all of the finalists were really strong.
I would still go with Emily because she was just so strong. We didn't get like any feedback, especially not from the first 2 days, but in the second 2 days you could like see and estimate the other riders, and she was really strong all the time.
Yeah, I would say it's the same one I said before, my teammate. She's really performed a really strong Zwift Academy. She's been up there the whole time. Yesterday in the Zwift race, she was there, didn't get dropped. The skills-based activities she did really well in. The 8-minute effort, she went really far. So yeah, I feel like she's definitely the biggest one, and I know she's really capable of doing a lot of things. So yeah, I feel like she's got a really good chance of winning it this year.
Okay, finalists, this is it.
Over the last 4 days, you've all given it everything you've got.
Your hard work, your commitment, your enthusiasm has been amazing to witness. We know
how much you will want this life-changing opportunity.
But of course, the coaches have had to come to a decision as to who will be joining the team.
This is it.
And the rider that will be turning professional
is...
Emily.
Noah. Congratulations, Noah, and commiserations to the rest of you.
Congratulations. Go on, guys, pile in.
Well done.
Yeah, this is yours now. So good, this is. Oh my God. Here, a bike for you, and this is yours now.
Welcome in the team.
It's yours. One more. So proud of you. Congrats.
Well done.
You did really well.
Admigosha, that was really lovely to witness. Oh my God, she's so made up, clearly. Can you just explain for the viewers your reason for choosing Emily as the winner?
Well, I think it's quite a, let's say, a fairy tale story, because she was the one who was maybe not the best from day one, so it was not a clear decision or a clear view from day one. But I think how she approached every single challenge, and that she was resilient, not giving up, showing her true face, and with her attitude, she made us choose her.
To be honest, I will be happy when I can choose 2 riders for team for that.
Really? Oh, wow.
I think the staff said she's very educated. She always say thank you for everything. It was one big step, because for us it's important too. Her numbers, they are very impressive, and for me the most important, hard for fighting.
We are not especially looking for some kind of profile. We just let it come a bit towards us and see who is the best guy overall in all the different disciplines that we do. And yeah, if you now watch all the challenges in average, I think we have to say that Noah is an honest winner. He performed good numbers-wise. He showed that he is the deserved winner.
For sure, the first day I was a bit convinced already about Mattia, but then we did a lot of different things, and yeah, I think Noah is the fair winner.
Congratulations!
Thank you.
How do you feel?
I don't know what to feel. It's just so much all at once, and it's just I didn't know it was gonna happen. It's just incredible. My life has changed.
Have you thought in the last few days about what it would mean if you won?
Yes, and I don't know how to put it into words. It's life-changing. My goal is I want to just chase my goals. I want to be proud of what I've done, and I want to be proud of who I am, and I think I've found that.
I'm going to start with a very obvious question, Noah. How are you feeling?
Oh, a massive weight's been lifted off my shoulders. That's all. I couldn't be happier. Yeah.
You performed very well, obviously, in almost all of the challenges. So were there any doubts in your mind?
I think it was just so close up until the last day that it was never secure. Mattia put up a massive fight. So yeah, I was never comfortable.
What does it mean to you?
It means everything. I've put so much effort, like time and effort and just energy into this over the past 5 years that, yeah, it means everything.
I mean, not good. I've been through this before, so I kind of expected that. Disappointed, I would say. If I'm honest, I think this year I deserved it because I think I was the best in the challenges that are like closer to the real racing life and what Zwift Academy should be about. And I mean, if I'm out because I did 3 seconds slower on some kart course, and I think that's not how I would decide, but of course I don't decide, so I accept that.
Yeah. I mean, it was a difficult decision, of course, but I think we also look at the potential they still have, like the improvement they still have. Noah just maybe had a bit of an advantage in this particular area.
Well, that is a wrap from Zwift Academy Finals.
I really feel for the 6 finalists who are going home empty-handed, albeit with the experience of coming out here with the pro teams. But at the same time, I think we can all agree they are 2 very worthy winners. 2 worthy winners who have now got themselves a life-changing pro cycling contract.
Yeah, I mean, life-changing is the word. I mean, Emily was there delaying her flight back to Australia because she's now a professional cyclist. Unbelievable. I noticed that you were very quick to give Mattia a hug afterwards. I do wonder whether out of all of the finalists, he's the one that's going to be feeling disappointment the most keenly.
I think he will be, understandably. He quite rightly feels that he has got what it takes to be a professional cyclist. But whilst he was equally as strong as Noah throughout the 4 days on most of the challenges, he just wasn't quite as well-rounded, I would say. And I think the Alps and Deceuninck judges, in Noah, they see someone who's robust, who's going to be able to hustle and hold his own in the types of races that they really excel at as a team.
Yeah, I think in Emily as well, Canyon, SRAM, Zonda, Crypto have got a real talent there. I mean, not only is her power output really impressive, her endurance, her resistance to fatigue, particularly when you consider her age in that, but what was also really impressive was just how she fitted into the team environment. She just looked like a natural, basically.
One to watch this
100%.
year and for years to come, I expect as well. Right, we'd like to finish by saying a huge thank you to you at home for watching these Zwift Academy finals on GCN. But we'd also like to extend our thanks to the 2 pro teams for putting up with Sai.
Yeah, basically. And also, massive thanks to Zwift as well. Hit that like button. They have made this unique event happen, as they have done for the previous 9 years. They've lent a lot of support to professional cycling. So yeah, hit that like button.
We're going to leave you, though, with a compilation of Christoph Roodhoff's Smiling.
It's going to be a quick one, is it?
It's 3 or 4 seconds.
You're gonna look so good. Look forward to that.
Hey, but that's your job. Yeah.
Can I start?
Yeah, you got this, Sicily. Oops. Cut out the
My God.
This for me.
No, but that's a mistake.
Wow, this place is spacious.
That's really good.
Yeah, now we are really in a program.
1, 2, 1, 2.
Oh, sorry. I sound like Alex Bonya from like 2 years ago. It's a sick. Yeah, mate.
Quiet all the time. Yeah. Good night.
Don't cancel me, please.
Nobody showing his balls.
Clapping as well, it's annoying. My claps are normally
It was very loud, yes.
I was hoping for a really so I could say stick to cycling, but yes, good at that as well.
Enjoy it.
Yeah, but we made it work. We got there in the end, so I'm happy.